TerraSpaces. Hello and welcome to The Ether. Today is Saturday, December 17th, 2022. Today on The Ether, part one of a two-part RAC FM special episode, the HuaHua Degen Game and Honorary Council drop. Let's take a listen.
Oh. RAC Rap. Welcome to Rackville. Nixon Supersonic.
It's the Rekt Show coming from the Rekt store. Bet is back in the Mac in the back floor. Let's go, chillin' with dragoons by the back door. Take goals so you can
Steak more. All I wanna do
making all right.
when I found this crew, they're doing alright.
Rackville bitch, ready to fight. So many raccoons ready for the boss fight. I might fly high like a kite, right? But always ready for a shine for the right price. Raccoon supply has the right price. Giving you respect if it's likewise. So I'm buying all the
Mean guys with the clean hearts.
read between lines.
There's a beam to meme eyes.
Warrior with clean lies. Trash mouth mean smile. Be wise. NFT wise. But
These boys.
the rap rap.
From the backlash, 100 NFTs in my backpack.
Crazy rap rap from the stash app. Rackville take a lead in this
Haystack.
It's the rap rap from the back
100 NFTs in my backpack.
Crazy rap
Rack from the stash app.
Rackville take a lead
In this haystack.
Blast that rack rap from the stash app. Supplying the raccoons with a hat bang rap. Rap gang with the Rackville slang like a trash can. Hoodie with bangs and a gold chain. It's either Rackville
Or the Ratville.
best chill while we get into the first skill. Best feel, best steps with the best skill. No shield, all real. Secret is a great deal. Rackville insane.
Shane better stand fast. Robo shooting his tweets with straight facts.
Polish on the street with the best plan.
Yeah, Winston gonna eat if you retweet.
Dead, free up feet on the base camp. McKenna always ready if you dare that. Buying more raccoons for his rare stash. Trash panda biker gang, fucking hashtag. It's the rap rap from the back lab. 100 NFTs in my backpack. Crazy rap rap from the stash app. Rackville take a lead in the stack. Rap rap from the back lab.
100 NFTs in my backpack.
Crazy rap rap
From the stash app.
Rackville take a lead in this haystack.
It almost doesn't sound like Robo.
You know something, darling? I didn't realise
Singing.
that the headset wasn't connected, so I'm singing away, thinking that the headset's connected and it was on the phone. Was the sound pretty bad, like Bbandz or what?
I was like, wait a minute, is Robo tricking us and he has a different voice? Like he can do voices or something?
What's it like now? Is it okay now?
Yes, you sound like Robo
Oh, okay, I'm
again.
happy now. Hey, darling, I couldn't even get all of that like space finished. I got to the bit like where V came in and your chase light done out because I had to stop like listening. That was quite good. That hey, Bbandz, I need to look into this, but I want to find out about Highlander. If what Dom was saying is correct or not, because Null was like, well, during testing he was running his own nodes. I really want to find out if Highlander's a white label, because that would add some context, wouldn't it, Bbandz? Oh, yes, it would.
Sorry, my dog just went crazy right now.
Oh, it's
I
all
didn't
right.
even
How's
hear
he
what you
doing, your
said.
dog? Is he okay? Is he all right, yeah?
Well, he's going crazy. Clearly.
How's Slinky? Are you all right, Slinks?
I'm just super sick, so I didn't get to talk last night.
Oh, what do you have?
I have the flu. It's all like right when I want to come up, and then all of a sudden I just get hit with this wave of just aches and chills and shit. But anyway, Robo. So King Wabi, right?
I'm sorry.
Messaged me,
I'm sorry
like,
I did that. I'm sorry.
no, it's I mean, I think he's a person who we should utilize. I said, look, like, he has validity in what he says, right? I said, look, you ramble, you come into conversations with people who are very in the weeds, and you talk very junior, and that's okay to be junior about, like, our ecosystem. But, like, we're in the belly of the bear. Who's left are people who really know what the fuck they're talking about. I don't talk because I'm a 30,000 foot view person just trying to figure out, like, sentiment, emotional sentiment. Like, I don't want to get into the weeds. And then him coming in and doing similar things where he is talking at a 30,000 foot view, it kind of just feels like he's wasting people's time. And I said, look, like, you're a really good liaison for like, when maybe we get towards the halving or a bull market, more so his ability to kind of calm a room and talk at a high level is really going to be valuable. But right now it's not the right place, especially when our assets are, like, falling off a cliff, you know? And it took him a couple times for me to say that to him, for him to take it in, and said, look, like, the way Robo said it was in an unconstructive way, right? And I said it back
Agreed.
to him in a constructive way. And he's like, I don't have time for this. Like, I have a business I'm running. My mom's really sick and I need her to be safe and all this stuff. Like, he's taking care of his mom. He has a lot of shit going on. And so I just said, like, I think Uncle Robo is actually a really nice person. You just have to earn your, like, spot in his heart. But I also said, like, Robo has made decisions in his life to push people out too. And you know that, you've admitted it. And that, like, you almost have to be the olive branch to reach out to him to make things like even playing field, which is kind of a pain in the ass, but that's who you are. So, yeah.
I'm sorry, ladies. I'm sorry.
What
Pat.
happened?
I'm sorry, Slinks.
No, Robo.
What happened?
Let me talk to him, and I know you guys just need to have, like, a conversation. That's it. Then it's done, right?
You know, I know, like, this is a tricky one, this one there, Slinks. So I listened to Spaces, right? And the other day, I think it was Seffi's, when Seffi did that Spaces, right? The other day, yeah. And I was listening, and your man came in, and the amount of, like, butt kissing, like, literally, Slinks, I had to turn the space off. I really wanted to hear what they were going to say, but I couldn't even go on any further listening. Like, people just need to realise that, like, you know, PDAs, right? These public PDAs on Spaces, like, there is a time and a place to do it, but, you know, you make it short, you make it quick. You don't spend 10 minutes telling someone how, like, you think they're a brother to you, you know? I don't know, maybe my patience wears thin. Maybe I need to work on that, Slinks and Bbandz.
Yeah.
Maybe I need to work on my patience.
It got annoying. And I told him that. I said, rambling is not something our small group communities, if you're in, like, a big room, okay, like, we already have to deal with Seffi's rambling, right? So when you have multiple ramblers, it even makes it more frustrating. And honestly, like, my attention span goes down, right? Like, I need a mix of voices and conversation for me to even, like, want to be there. And I think that's how you are. Like, your brain just, like, needs, like, a changing of a conversation quickly, or else it's like, you're wasting my time, and that almost not offends, but you're wasting my time. And I only have so much time on this planet, and I want to learn things, and I want to take new things in and whatever, right?
Yep. That's how I felt on
The same
Monday.
way.
Yep, that's how I felt on Monday, Slinks. You're totally correct. And that's why I deleted the space. Because I don't want to listen to the same person, like, drone on about the same subject for an hour. Like, you're right. Yeah, totally right, Slinks.
So I'm sorry, I don't 100% know what happened. Can just give me I can kind of guess that
we'll
he
talk
was
about it a bit
rambling on
later.
about-
Well,
Okay.
yeah, well. I mean, I've been in the DMs with fucking Sisler for like 4 days.
Oh,
You know, yeah, I'm gonna bring Cosmic. I mean, we're waiting for Rama to be fit and healthy because he's off the reservation at the minute. But I'm gonna bring Cosmic Validator on, and we're gonna have like an adult conversation. The thing is, I know that like we've been like bad in the past, myself and Rama. Me probably like a bit worse than him, bit much confrontational. But when someone will give you the respect of coming on a spaces and actually coming up to speak and are willing to like put forward information, I think that you need to facilitate a bit of like an open environment. And you don't get it by start like getting really aggressive and confrontational and like swearing at people. I mean, you guys will have heard me change when like a guest comes on, like whether that be Maul, whoever, like with Dead Right Dove the other week, yeah. The minute he came up, I was like, right, okay, Robo, here we go. Put your professional hat on. You know, you can't like barrage and bully. I mean, oh, Bbandz, right, okay.
I kind of felt okay. So last night, the whole thing with Don and Noel and Highlander, just well, even Highlander wasn't there. I just felt like I felt uncomfortable, and only because I know that the conversation probably needed to be happen, but I felt like it needed to happen, like with them just kind of like talking it out and figuring it out. And I think that Don was in his feelings, so he was getting a little aggressive, which kind of like turned the vibe in the room. But Knowles was extremely gracious, and
he's a cool dude. He's a cool dude, but also he had the chance to interrupt Don and he didn't. So when Don went on that like big ramble, and then Highlander's like, "Can you separate your questions from?" Sorry, Highlander. Null was like, "Can you separate your questions for me?" Like there was that many things in there. Like Null had his opportunity to interrupt. Like because I listened back to that bit 3 times. I was like, Null had have been straight in the minute he mentioned that, or the minute he mentioned that. Like Null let too many points go without a rebuttal. You can't do that on these spaces. If you think someone's saying shit or talking shit or whatever, right? You need to like say, whoa, dude, sorry. Wait a minute, can I come in here?
Robo,
I'm sorry, interject, you know?
Robo, everyone's learning how to do this spaces thing. Like, everyone's coming out of the ether, right? Like, I've taken, 2 months now to feel comfortable and, like, cadence and know when to interject. Like, that takes some skill, and especially if you don't have emotional intelligence or you're a people pleaser, specifically a people pleaser, I think Noel might be one of those where he just is patient and waits till somebody finishes talking, and that you can't.
Yep.
It's just how he was raised, right? Versus for you, like you'll get in there right when you have an answer because that's who you are. I don't know. All I was meaning,
you're right. All I was meaning is he did have an op to take Don down a peg or two, and in those kind of like heated like online debates, like you are going to have to do that. Like, I mean, Don had a lot of valid points. He went off tangent a little bit, but like, you kind of like, I mean, what Null was saying, and about validators at the end of the day have got every right in the world to sell whatever the fuck they like to help support their business moving forward.
Hey, Terra Spaces,
What the heck was that? Is somebody
wait a minute? Wait, no.
Clone?
What is that? Wait, the Spaces has just started on my tablet. Wait, no fucking way. What? No shit. Has this ever happened to you guys before? A Spaces will start randomly on a device you've been using or something, where you've like listened to one.
Yeah, that's happened to me once or twice, and it's the scariest thing I've ever experienced.
Do you guys live with Ghost?
Did you hear that?
Is that Vee?
Did you hear what? Hey, Vee.
Did you hear the background sound?
Yes, the car.
Yeah, it was like a car wreck.
No, I'm not in a car. There was some beautiful songs.
You're partying right now. He's drunk.
Oh my gosh, V, are you partying and you like called us? Did you just drunk dial us? Oh my gosh. We left
Where's he at a party?
No,
Is that a party?
no, it's not a party. I'm just in the town centre and grabbed some food. I just came out to shop, and I've just bought myself a really nice beef burger, and I'm just going into the bar to eat it now because it's fucking cold outside.
Hey, what happened last night? Your woman Bbandz kicked Don out. Bbandz is like, oh, I'm gonna, and V's like, no, Don, come back, Don.
I mean, the drama just started. I just woke up, and I woke up to drama, and this is the kind of shit that I feed on. I love it. This is fucking entertainment for me. I'm not even joking.
Me too.
Exactly. And Bbandz is trying to stop it, and I was like, "What are you doing?"
No, I left him for a long time.
You're right.
You missed the
Me
whole
and
beginning
Bbandz
of
are
it.
the same way. We're like, fuck this. Everybody, peace and love.
No,
Yeah.
but I gave him a chance to talk, didn't I, Robo?
Robo is right. Don could have been absolutely destroyed if Noel wanted, but he didn't. The way he did it was really sophisticated. He put Don in his place, and Don knows that he got put in his place, but it was done in a really good way.
Correct, yeah. I mean, if I'd had, honestly, Bbandz, you could have had so much fun with those two, you know, if you played devil's advocate. I'm gonna have to teach you.
Yeah, but I was on the space. I was on the Space Scaly account too, and I gotta watch.
Oh yeah.
I wasn't. If it was just me, and you know how it is. If it's just me on my account, then I don't give a fuck. But like when I'm on Space Scaly's account, I'm like, let me just. I don't want to make EJ mad because it's representing him. You know what I mean?
You understand that's why Raccoon's got me. You do know that like some of the shit that I post like comes direct in DMs from them, don't you? The stuff that they can't tweet themselves. They're like, Robo, have you heard this?
You're like Darth Maul, and they're like, Lord Sidious is like passing you messages.
I know there's one tweet, and there's one message that you have definitely delivered from the devs. And you actually mentioned the devs. It was when, I think it was Berserker, who mentioned a few times that the raccoons don't want to collaborate. And I think that really pissed you off. and the devs too. And you really came out one time. But no, I really like Maul. I spoke to him the other day, and he kind of reminds me of Besser. Really nice. Nothing but love and respect.
Oh, they're all, yeah. Dude, they're all top class. That's why, V. I mean, I know you called in this afternoon, but that's why we're trying to get them funding. And this is what I was talking to Bbandz about earlier in the DMs. The devs haven't been paid for 2 months. All right, guys, they're not going to continue. I mean, they are in it for the love of the project, but like we do need to get these devs paid quickly. Like, hopefully, fingers crossed, if all goes well with Kudos, I think we should be able to get RAC between 4 and 6 months of runway. Let's get over on Kudos. Let's drop some shit. Let's get a bit of proof of concept on stuff like Blackjack. Let's use like Kudos, like our testnet. Before we then start looking at Polygon, and let's use the Kudos like credibility to help get us into places like Polygon and stuff, yeah, and see if we can get those raises like we need to. Like V, people might think I'm off the ball a little bit or whatever, or like with Rax, dude, I'm in the background right now, and it's all about funding. Whether that comes from Celestia, whether it comes from Polygon, Kudos are fucking all over us, V. Oh, he's dropped down. Kudos, guys. They're launching next month. Full IBC compatible CosmWasm. You're talking like cloud computing, very similar to a cash, just a different economic model. Yeah. It's a go, but that's my priority right now is securing a runway so we can give these guys 6 months and put them in the lab, right? And get your man on Brucey answering the questions on Discord. Put these fucking devs in a lab and lock them away for 6 months and see what they can come up with. That's all I'm after.
Hey, Robo.
How we got on that subject? Yes,
Robo.
darling.
I don't know if this is how you're going to take this, but Is there a possibility that you could create another NFT project called Badgers? Raccoons and badgers. I would love to buy a badger.
Oh, I like the sound of badgers. But
you are one. That's why I would want to do it.
I'll drop you some free alpha. Shall I? If and when Raccoon Supply decide to drop Gen 2s, because this HuaHua stuff, guys, anything that goes on in HuaHua, the game that's dropping tonight, don't associate it with like the core racks, right? The sacred Gen 1 NFTs, right? The core principle. Right? This is just a proof of concept for Cosmonaut plug and play contracts over on HuaHua, right? I guarantee you, Slinks, if there's a Gen 2, right, and Joe's joined us, welcome Joe, we'll get Joe. If there is a Raccoon Gen 2 collection, first up, it's going to have like unique utility, right? The devs are like, Robo, we're not putting out the Gen 2 until we can guarantee 100% complete utility. Fair play. But it will be the stinky blinders. For the 6 of you in this room, it's a really small room. I'm privileged when we have small rooms, you know, and I do know it's recorded, yeah. When a Gen 2 comes out, I guarantee you it'll have like a stinky blinders-esque kind of tone to it. But badges, I like badges, you know. Badges sounds fucking good to me.
Well, okay, Robo, listen, like, I might lose service, but I'm going up a steep hill. But, okay, so with badgers, I mean, the interesting part about this is why not it be like a club card, like a membership card where you get like, I don't know, $30 a month to spend at the casino if you buy the NFT. But this is the way to fund your devs is through this. At least to get runway. But the thing is, it's like, why not have every pesky animal eventually grow? Like a whole forest of animals.
but Slinks, Slinks, you need to remember that our devs are the opposite of standardized like devs. They are the exact opposite of like Moon Boys or like pumping out so many collections. The hesitancy. We were scheduled originally, the original plan back in April, March, was to have the Gen 2s out by July. And then in the medium, they posted like the medium for the dice game at the end of July. And they were like, hey, look, like we're putting this on hold. They did artwork. They sent me some stuff. They sent me pictures of like a raccoon on a Harley and that. And they scrapped the entire idea. They were like, we're not comfortable, Robo. We're not comfortable with the art. We're not comfortable with the utility proposition. They just literally fucking scrapped the Gen 2s, like, and they haven't even revisited. But myself and Gaines and Moll and the Stinky Blinders, you know, it's become a little bit of a thing. And if and when the second collection does come out, it will be something along those lines. I'd love to see the stinky fucking badges. Let's welcome Joe, though. He's come up to the floor. Hello, Joe, son. I've been listening to you today.
Good morning, everybody. Robo, I haven't talked to you in a while. Hope you're doing good.
I've had a few days off, mate. Just a few days. I've actually just
same.
Proper chilling with Winston. It's been awesome, mate. Chilling.
Nothing better than that, man. Yeah, I thought I was taking days off, and then I got into like a fight with governance, so I need some more days off.
I thought you were taking a month off. As you sent
not a month. I'm not making any content really. I have Jake Hartnell video to release, and then I'll start up again like a couple weeks after Christmas. But I have a list of stuff that I have to do for.
When did you interview Jake?
I think it was Monday night, maybe, or Tuesday this week. He was good, man. He's just a good. He just speaks his mind, you know, and he's not really a politician. So I thought it was a good chat, and I always like when he comes on Spaces as well. And I got
my favorite person.
He's a good guy.
Except our devs, he's my favorite person in the eco.
We in the video we make a DAO, so we show people how to use DAO. It was so easy. I thought it was awesome.
Joe, your fucking videos are mint. I am fucking loving them right now. That Don Kryptonium, I've watched it twice. Fucking brilliant. You
want to hear something? That's my number. That's the number one video on my channel of all time already.
Is it? What'd you hit?
By watch time, yeah. People tune into that for twice as long as my next best video. Isn't that crazy?
Wow. Wow, that's mental. That like Bbandz, are you loving Joe's show or what? Can I get some love for Joe? I'm fucking loving Joe lately.
Of course, I do love Joe. I love Joe's demeanor, his way of doing things. But it's also because I'm from New York too, so I get it. I appreciate his banter too. I get his little jokes and shit. Even though sometimes you think he's being serious, but he's not really. He's just talking and he just doesn't laugh at the end of it. So you're like, shit.
What it is when I'm online, whether it's Twitter or YouTube, I use a lot of energy and calories to hold myself together, and sometimes it just seeps out. And I had to delete 40 minutes out of a YouTube video that I already posted yesterday because I was like, wow, all I'm doing is cursing in this video, so I just can't. And you could tell because it was beyond a certain time. Like once it got past my bedtime, I was just cranky and cursing. And Tank was, you could tell he was like, what are we talking about here? But I had to X out like 40 minutes out of the video. But yeah, I appreciate it. You, Robo, Homestead, pretty much everyone that, regularly goes into spaces has at least shot me a DM to tell me, hey, this is pretty good. Hey, some encouragement. And that's pretty much all I need to fuel this.
Well, your woman Bbandz. Oh, she's just reminded Robo about something. That's right. You lot. Didn't I listen to a Tank Spaces midweek? And y'all thought you were funny doing Robo impressions in you thought I didn't listen, did you?
Not me.
I did hear that. It was pretty funny.
Oh, you heard that, did you? You didn't hear your...
I heard some of it. I heard something about it.
What about your attempt? Sure. Are we having that conversation?
Did you think it was funny? It was a tribute. I thought it was hilarious. I just started doing it in the car one day, and I'm like, I could do this on Spaces.
Joe says, I've got it as my ringtone. Oh, my God. Dude, I was dying. I was at home, like, woke up fucking, and I was just like listening and I'm like laughing my fucking head off at you lot. Who was it? Was it Amanda? What was Amanda doing? Was she trying to do one? What the fuck?
I didn't hear her. I was like, I think I was at work I was sitting in my car at work, and I think that's when I did it. But it was I just thought it was funny. I don't know. The last couple of weeks, I think I'm just like burnt out. I need some drinks.
Hey, so did anybody listen to that Spaces last night or not? Did anybody catch it? Shall we listen? Right, guys, listen to this. I don't know if it'll work, but let me play.
You're talking about the Don Kryptonium trying to assassinate another validator?
No,
yeah, he's trying to assassinate a validator. It was like he straight up came with a machine gun. And Noel was like Superman and the bulls were like...
No, this is me. This is what Slinks is talking about last night. This is me at 2:30 Bangkok time with Wasabi, King Wasabi on the Loom Dart Spaces. So, guys, this is last night. Robo, fucking... I had a visitor last night, you see. But like late after the clubs had kicked out. So I stayed up last night and supped nearly a bottle of vodka before your woman turned up anyway. So I was on the Spaces at 2:30. I was trying to stay awake at like 4 o'clock in the morning. That's why I didn't get up till 3 today. Guys, this is Loom Dart. He's got 500,000 followers, right? He's got like nearly 500,000. Listen to Robo here.
Mr. Robo, sir. Welcome. Is that Loom Dart? Is that actually Loom Dart's account, is it? Speaking, yeah? Is that Loom Dart I'm speaking? Yes, sir. Wow, I'm fucking blessed, aren't I? I've been following you for a long time, son. Your man, Wasabi. Where is he? Wasabi, you're a fucking clear view, man. You come in, man. Fucking arse licking every Spaces, man. What's fucking wrong with you? Sorry, but this dude...
What's fucking wrong with you?
He just licks everyone. I hate arse lickers, dude. Sorry, like, I can't stand the fucking bum licker thing. Like Wasabi, King Wabi, he knows who he is. We won't even let this cunt speak in our Spaces, man. He comes in, he's like, don't you circle jerk fucking cunt. Sorry, that's all I've got. Okay.
Wow, you got a lot of runway there, a lot of leash.
Can you believe he let me go on like Loom Dart? Wait, guys, do you want me to tell you the best thing? straight away after that, and I stepped down, Loom Dart followed me.
That's how you do it. I think what would be great is if you and Don Kryptonium hosted a live stream together, but you couldn't hear what the other person was saying, so you could both be doing your thing at the same time. Like, he could be blasting validators and devs. You could be attacking these zero value add spaces people. I think that would be very entertaining for a good amount of time.
The zero fucking ad. Oh, Joe's burning people lately, Bbandz, isn't he? Isn't he, Slinks? Wait a minute, we've got home club.
Yeah, he's back asleep.
Oh, he's killing it, Joe. He's killing. I tell you what, Joe, 10k subscribers by the end of 2023. That's my prediction, right? You heard it here first. 10k. Yeah,
I'll take it. I think Don's going to have the #1 Cosmos YouTube channel in the next bull market, and I think I'm using him as motivation to chase him down, because he puts out some great stuff every single day, and I gotta get my shit together to earn those. I gotta earn those subs, you know.
Well, I've got a problem with Don, and I want Don to bring some receipts. So what I'm going to do, guys, is something's been concerning me over like a number of weeks, right? About the last 2 to 3 weeks, yeah? And I'll explain what I mean. So I'd never, ever heard of Don, and I heard through like Rama. I'd never, ever, 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 ever heard of Don before the Takumi video, which was after Prop 16. Don was, I mean, this is how Don made his name. He was like a no one knew him at the time, like. I mean, he was never in Twitter Spaces or whatever, but he was certainly not like a voice on the circuit. I mean, very low follower count, etc., etc. Anyway,
correct. He wasn't trying even to get the followers. He was just he was almost like he was just experimenting with YouTube a little bit.
Wait for the I'm gonna drop this and let's see. I mean, you might point me in the right direction. He keeps talking about and he mentioned this when he was talking to Null, right? So he keeps mentioning about like Juno from the start. I was deep in the Juno community, following like all the voices. I've got me Genesis tweet, and I'm going to put it in the nest. I know you're probably all saying it, but I'm going to put it in there anyway, just to like confirm, right? But like, I'd never heard of Don in any Juno cycles. I've never gone back on his YouTube. I mean, has he got videos going back to like the Genesis and stuff? Have you looked? Do you know?
He's got a lot of. He wasn't always in the Cosmos ecosystem. I think he's been doing content for a while. He's
been talking about like for over a year from the start, from the Genesis. Now, I want to know: can someone tell me, please, as Don Kryptonian, been involved and been producing content for Juno from the start? Because now this is like the 4th or 5th spaces where I've like specifically heard him say those facts.
He told me. I think you're onto something here. He told me in the interview that he's been involved with Juno since 2021, right? So early 2021. So like before the launch of the chain.
Null knew nothing. I mean, Null dissed him on that. Null knew nothing.
I think he had
like, talking about testnet and everything.
I think he must have been on his own, like a different social media account, and then he created the Don Kryptonium persona at some point. I think because
I'm looking at his videos right now. I'm going back.
So April,
8 months ago.
Yeah, that would have been Prop 16. Takumi. Look for the one with Takumi, because I'll tell you what. I'll find the tweet.
I mean, he loves been doing this for a year. Maybe he's 1 month shy of a year.
I think he had another. Account.
When's his first Juno video?
Okay, the first Juno would be that actually has a Juno Signa on it is 11 months ago.
Right. Okay, which will be January, which would have been after the Mineta. That would have been after the Mineta upgrade when it went live in December, right? December the 14th last year. Yeah. I remember dates sometimes. I did post in the tweet. So if anyone wants to know, Don and I are good friends, by the way, for everybody listening. Like Don and I, I love Don, man. Got loads of respect for him. This was my introduction to Don, if you look in the nest. So if anyone, I've put the Genesis tweet in there, by the way, 1st of October. I was there for the waters breaking. Hey, it was birth, wasn't it?
I remember this tweet.
The Genesis.
Anything with AIDS stands out on my timeline. So I remember this tweet, and I remember the thumbnail with this. This is pretty funny because this is shortly after I created my Twitter, I remember Don's first video that I saw was when he did Fortis. Then I saw the Takumi one. I think Fortis came before this.
I never, ever heard of Don in Juno circles. And I mean, this is like following everyone, deep into it, hashtag searching every day. Like everyone, there's loads of people who'll say like, oh, I heard of Juno because of Robo. Like back in the day, we were doing in October with Jerry, of all people, I know, sorry. But Juno, Jerry and I, we did like 2 spaces. And this was like October and beginning of November, like literally before the November crash, we did spaces. Dude, it was like we had like a few hundred people listening in as well. But literally, I never, ever came across or heard or saw a thing about Don until that YouTube video. That was the first ever time, and it was Rama who pointed me in the direction.
You know, he purposely does not promote himself either. He tells people, undelegate from my validator, stop following me, don't. He's like
it's all an act. It's all an act. It's a good act.
Yeah, he's very deep into the persona right now, but he's also at the same time trying to be more involved in some community stuff. That's why he's gravitated towards Stargaze, and then it just so happened that he got a job with Stargaze.
Can I highlight something to do with his follower count though? Because that's
sure.
Another thing, Joe. A lot of like this, what you guys do and stuff is to gain subs, to gain followers. Like you need to build so that you can then receive some form of revenue that will allow you to build and do what you want. I mean, to be a YouTuber, etc., it's your dream, right? To be a full. I mean, you'd leave school tomorrow if YouTube could fund it, right? Basically, right? Or somebody.
Yeah, I mean, it's so much fun, and to get paid doing what's fun. It's like being an athlete.
yeah, of course. So, I'll tell you something about Don that people might not know here. Don was fucking salty with Rama, because I'll tell you something now. Don was stuck on like 1,900 followers for I don't know how fucking long. I mean, I don't know where that little run came from. I don't know whether there's a few bored followers in there or not, right? To be honest with you guys. But we'll leave that to one side, right? But Rama was sitting at like 300 followers, right? When I got talking to him, yeah. Don's at like 1,900. Pumping out all these videos, like he says, very proud of his content, which he should be, which he fucking should be. He's a grafter. You know, we've talked about this before. But like Rama, just like 11, 12x. What's he on now, Rama? 3,400, 3,500 or something. His follower count from nowhere just went ballistic past Don's. And I remember Don getting like salty with Rama on a fucking space, but not about that. But like Rama just like leapfrogged him. Like, so, you know, you talk about people making content and, you know, wanting to build follower counts and stuff like that. Look at someone like Rama who, you know, just came along, did some chain sniping, exposed like wallets. Look at what's happened to his fucking follower count compared to that. You know what I mean?
Yeah, and also I think RACs in general enjoyed a lot of positive attention just because of the way spaces were conducted by the various RAC personalities. I think that was a tremendous for the project and also the individuals that are heavily involved.
Not me. I must be the only cunt whose follower accounts never fucking move, because since RACs, nobody fucking likes Robo.
I don't know. I think you should work for Twitter and just conduct spaces regularly for the company.
For the culture.
Yeah, for just Robo versus Elon every Wednesday night on Twitter. That would be great.
Dude, you should have been there today, Joe. We did it for the culture this afternoon. Your man Little Gaines did, right? And we got your man Ollie, who did the pitch deck things last night for Kudos, like one of the main guys at Kudos, yeah? Mate, we've got Kudos going to come along and hopefully, fingers crossed, drop us some funding very soon. You just missed, we were just talking about it before you joined the room, Joe. Like, that's out of a Twitter Spaces. I didn't even realise he's been following me for fucking months. Like, I've just followed him back today. I was like, sorry, mate, I'll follow you. Sorry about that. Fucking main dude from Kudos, mate. They've just put up 250 grand for grants. I think they're looking for like 10, 25k a piece or something. Should be cool. I'm going to pitch it. Oh, it's V up. Wait a minute, guys. How do you feel about me pitching?
Hello, guys.
V, Joe, Slinks, I want to ask us all, how do you feel about Robo? How do you feel about Robo?
Bbandz too, don't forget me. It's like...
I've just had some good food. Burger, chips, Coke. I feel like I want to sleep.
You don't sound like you've had coke.
Okay, you got me. I've not had coke.
V.
I don't know. I'm that tired. You know when you've got a full tummy and you just want to sleep and you don't even know how to respond to people. I'm at that stage right now, Joe. How do I feel about you pitching? I think I feel very confidently about you pitching.
Live on the Spaces. With Kudos, Robo, Pitch and Racøøn. Are you game? Is everybody in?
Yeah. I'm very confident in you doing that. If anyone can do it, you can do it.
You go on Stash, you buy a rack from Stash, and your man goes on the casino.
Oh, your man Dexter. I know. Listen, guys, for anyone that's hanging on with RAC with this like 2 transaction shit going on, like just bear with RAC for now. I know you're a hardcore. The people that like know us and have been engaged in the community and everything else, and you know the devs, you support them. They've been on Joe's show, right? Like hang in. It's about 10 days away, I would say, the fix. Yeah, you'll see like a marked difference in about 10 days. In regard, it'll be 1 transaction again, and it'll obviously like just take like the full block time. Should be cool. What's interesting, guys, I just want you all to know this because you're pretty hardcore in the room. I mean, I'm just going to go through the room, right? We've got some lovely returning guests like Gus and CTB, etc. Then we've got the racks. Look at the racks. We've got Alex in. We've got your man Tim, proper old school meme artist. But Bruce has been in for ages. Brasco's in. And Mia's got a rack, but he's a fucking pleb. Like, he keeps coming in with that fucking shit. Didn't even know what your man's playing at there, like. But never mind. I know Slinks has got one. She's forgiven. Home pleb. He's all over it. I know Joe's got some. Don't worry, Joe. I know. Understand you need your face on it. V.
Robo, look at my banner.
Oh, what am I missing? What's going on with your woman's banner? Oh, look at that. Oh, look at the rack at the front. Look at that, the rack at the front, the bull in the background. Oh, look at Jojo's in there as well. Yeah, woman, you got wool.
But it looks like the rack is like attacking the bull with his laser eyes.
It does, doesn't it? Imagine if that was V.
On purpose? Thanks.
I wish that picture was V's picture, you know, the bull getting like laser eyes off the rack.
Can I just V, I have to hand it to you, V. I've never heard somebody take the wind out of the sails of the Spaces the way V did a few hours ago, talking about Stargaze. Tells the Spaces that Stargaze is 7 years behind other blockchains, NFT platforms. And you could hear the energy just leave the Spaces. It was one of the funniest things I ever heard.
Oh,
he's
brilliant.
A freaking energy vampire over here.
He's
sucking
brilliant.
us dry.
Hey, man, your man, the Oracle, was in the Spaces before, and he's given this, like, absolutely singing Kumbaya around the campfire, right? And your man V comes in and just says, bro, the fuck you talking about? You're talking absolute pure shit. What you going on about, this fucking online identity, fucking digital fucking ID tight NFTs, like as your country, what you talking about, you absolutely giga pleb. And like, I'm in the background, mate, fucking dying. Like literally, me ribs are fucking in orbit. Oh, he's got a certain style, your man. Hey, it takes one to know one, V. It takes one to recognise one. Finn, all Finn says is like, if I need to foot anything, I'll just tell V.
Thank you, guys. I appreciate the compliments. And no, honestly, I've had enough of this shit about Stargaze doesn't need this person, Stargaze doesn't need that person. Yesterday, or day before yesterday, I saw someone tweet out with a bad kid saying that, oh, Stargaze doesn't need Donald Trump or the Donald Trump NFTs. And I said that would be like a fucking lottery for Stargaze. All you see is max 10K, $10,000 of volume in a day. If the Donald Trump NFTs would come, that would be insane. That would bring some crazy liquidity to Stargaze. So, and even Joe, like you know about this better. You're in the ADA ecosystem. like the talk about onboarding people, like people are desperate to come to Stargaze. No one gives a shit about Stargaze. No one even knows about Stargaze.
No, the only reason someone would move, from one ecosystem to Stargaze, and this is not a knock on Stargaze. Stargaze launched on day one of, horrendous bear market conditions, is because they are going to get some tooling that will set them apart. But volume is the most important thing for NFTs. They're illiquid. They lose their value very quickly. You cannot sell 2 NFTs at the floor price for most NFT collections. You have to sell one and then sell the next one cheaper. And that's just how it is. It's you could think of it like impermanent loss NFTs. If you wanted to sell a bunch of NFTs, you would get NFT impermanent loss. And Stargaze's volume is minuscule right now. And yeah, I'm involved in Cardano. Cardano's the 3rd biggest ecosystem for NFTs, and they're still not even close to Ethereum, like 1% of Ethereum's volume.
I knew you were going to drop Cardano in. I was like 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Cardano.
No, Cardano is an NFT chain with a huge market cap for the token. I think those people don't know what's about to hit them if Bitcoin goes to 11.5 or whatever.
Yep, correct. Totally correct. Joe, we've got like quite a few people in. Joe, can we have a little room reset? V, did you hear what happened last night?
What happened?
Apparently, pissed up Robo at 2:30 in the morning was bombing spaces. I don't know. Should we have a listen?
Yeah, he needs to hear that because it was great.
Kind of like a half-door Bjornson. I'm a big mother foe, so I don't think I'd be able to do it, man. But it was definitely cool seeing you guys do it last year, and we had that final pump. That was so cool, dude. Like right after the Dubai
that was so cool, dude.
I thought it was gonna be like someone with top signal, but we ended up pumping the HuaHua after that, bro. That was so cool, dude. So yeah, I just I wanted to say that, man. So yeah, it's pretty cool that you're able to do these spaces. So how did you access it again? I want to toy around with it. I've got I just checked out. I guess like you said, they're like rolling.
Hey, are you making popcorn, Robo?
My iPhone. It's an iPhone 13. And then like the button was just there. Okay. So, Mr. Robo, sir, welcome. Is that Loom Dart? Is that actually Loom Dart's account, is it? Speaking, yeah? Is that Loom Dart I'm speaking? Yes, sir. Wow, I'm fucking blessed on that. I've been following you for a long time, son. Your man, Wasabi, where is he? Wasabi, you're a fucking plebeian, man. You come in, man. Fucking arse in every spaces, man. What's fucking wrong with you? Sorry, Loom Dart, but this dude, man, he fucking comes in, he just licks everyone. I hate arse lickers, dude. Sorry, like, I can't stand the fucking bum lick at me. Like Wasabi, King Wabi, he knows who he is. We won't even let this cunt speak in our space. Don't you? You circle jerk fucking cunt. Sorry, Lou. That's all I've got. Okay. Awesome. Let's try and keep the profanity down for now. Interesting experience. Sweet. So if anyone...
Man, sorry, I had to put that on for the room just to...
I can't believe he let you keep going, but was worried about profanity. He's like, well, can we please watch our language after bum liquor, ass liquor, pleb, cunt, fuck.
Yeah, but the best part is this Lombard or whatever his fucking name is follows Robo.
That was wonderful. And then that's how you get your follower count up, man. Everyone's a bum liquor. No one says that except for you.
But I wasn't lying. Go back and listen to that, man. Your man's cheesing on for fun. I'll tell you what, I'm going to fucking say this live now. It's recorded, this episode. It's recorded in Bangkok. It's recorded in Johannesburg. It's recorded in London. It's recorded in New York, right? I'm fucking telling you. Didn't join the spaces, people, right? And bring your own agenda. Like, literally, join other people's agenda. That's a bit of a fucking clue for you to start with. Like, get in, listen to the room a little bit, right? I mean, if you want to come in and jump up because maybe, I don't know, someone's DM'd you or whatever, blah, 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 right? Like jump up as a speaker, yeah, but still, like, gauge what's going on, gauge the conversation, slot into, like, other people's conversation, make the conversation, and then bring up your own topic or whatever it is, whatever agenda you've got, right? Didn't just burst in a conversation and immediately change it, unless it's like something like breaking news, or you understand what I'm on about, right? Like join in what's already going on. Those people might have been speaking for like so long before, and like you'll come in there, you'll see your man. He's like the worst, mate. I think fucking 4 times or something in about the last 10 days or something, whatever it is. I've listened. Like, I'm like, dude, didn't join and just say, oh, I've joined to change the conversation. Like, and then just talk about what you want to talk about. Try and like fit in. What if you're a guest? You're a guest.
It's called a spaces hijack. It's when you're spaces hijack. When someone comes and he's like, I am the captain now. Remember that meme?
No, I have an idea.
Robo hijacked. That's a hijack. What Robo did last night. That's a hijack.
And they invited you to do that. Robo, what about this? 2023, we're setting our New Year's resolutions. What if we get a 10 RAC commandments for spaces, where we have 10 etiquette rules set by RAC community, and either those rules are in effect or they're not, and people need to follow the rules for spaces?
No, I like the fucking sound of that, bro. Now you're talking my kind of fucking language. Actually,
I think that's how we do it. RAC rules in effect.
Yes, and then have like a raccoon holding like the 10 commandments, but it would be like the RAC rules.
That's it. And then number 1 is buy a rack.
AmanDAO will already be doing the hard work right now.
What if Wabi buys a rack? Like, fuck, you guys are fucked.
No,
he's still got to follow the 9 commandments.
No, if Wabi buys a rack, he's gonna come and lick Robo's asshole. He's gonna do
okay, that's fine. That sounds. I think Robo would like that attention.
Not so much. I'm not keen on the fucking salad tossing. To be honest with you, darling. No. Nah, I'm not game for that. Like, because you know what? I mean, first of all, you've got to fucking shave. Like, and that's a gymnastic feat in its fucking own right, isn't it? I don't even know how that fucking happens. Like literally, like, how many mirrors do you need to fucking get there? Like, how does that work out?
Listen to this man. Listen to this man splaining right here.
Yeah,
come on, Joe.
Kind of like,
don't tell me you shave your ass.
Multiple mirrors. I
don't think you're supposed to do it by yourself.
What are you talking about?
You get someone else to do it for you. I was married for 5 years. Should never shave my ass, like.
I mean, you're in Thailand. You could probably get your whole body done for $5.
Oh, I don't. You know,
including.
I don't know how comfortable. I don't know how comfortable I feel with a razor like that close. Like, no. I mean, that's pretty close to the fucking old chocolate starfish, isn't it?
You'd be surprised how hard it is to cut yourself.
Anyway,
I don't believe that.
By the way, guys, breaking news. Don Kryptonium has released a video on Stargaze names versus Osmosis names, and said that Osmosis had the monopoly. No, I've not actually listened and watched the video, but I saw his tweet. What's Stargaze names versus Osmosis names, by the way? Why do they have to release it at the same time? And who even gives a shit about Osmosis names?
Because it's the Osmosis Mafia. Because Sonny runs a mafia. Are the people in the room that's still not aware that Sonny runs a mafia? Everything that you saw Jacob tweeting about Kujira, it all came from Sonny. Are we going to? Well, not just Sonny, but others as well. I'll not mention those names. People know who I mean.
Sonny doesn't really engage with the community or interact with anyone.
Well, he doesn't have to. He doesn't have to. He sets his wolves. He sets. Sonny's not going to go there. Sonny gets people to do it for him. The Osmosis Mafia, fuck them. That fucking Jim Yang, he's a right cunt him. I fucking hate him. What a pleb.
Fucking bomb liquor.
Isn't he? Did you see his attempt at shitposting after 3 days, he went, "Oh, I'm really sorry. It's just that I love the Cosmos community." I was like, "Dude, you fucking better cook, fucking gimp little pleb."
That's what I'm gonna say when somebody takes clips from my last live stream where I'm cursing out Cosmic Validator. I'm gonna say, "I'm sorry, guys. I'm just so passionate about governance in the cosmos."
I love how SG1 has
fucking plebs.
Yesterday, I heard that SG1 had voted for Cosmic Validator, but apparently they've changed it now.
Yeah, so they're someone that's a good follow that was in the spaces last night. I think his handle is either Secret Cosmonaut or Secret Punk. Oh no, I forget what his handle is, but I talk to him in Telegram all the time. He's like a low-key Rama. He's been tweeting about like persistence and asset mantle and Comdex since before the wash trading. And this is one of those things where he tweeted directly at SG1, and then like a couple hours later they changed their vote.
Oh wow. Shit. What's his handle? Can you pin it?
I think it's I'll pay. He's good. He's a big Juno. He's a Juno Atom bull, and he's got a big interest in governance, so he's been following it.
SG1.
Not Wolf.
Lobo.
Oh.
Lobo.
Is it?
Yeah, it's Wolf. SG1.
That I did not know.
Yeah. Oh, I guarantee 100% SG1 is Wolf, yeah. Lobo.
I'm a fucking pleb, did not know that.
Hey, get Core 1 as a sub-DAO. Get these cunts out. We know who's going in what order. Get this subbed out. Oh, is that AmanDAO? Oh, hello, AmanDAO. Good. Tank's up as well. Wow, where did these come from? Tank's got his hand up. Let me say hello, people. Hello, Amanda.
What's going on, guys?
Oh, we're causing carnage. I don't know where this conversation's going, darling, but it's been funny. We're having laughs about it. In fact, people know you come in a RAC spaces. You're going to get some truth. Tank's got his hand up. Come on, hand up, pleb. Hello, son.
Like
didn't even see you there.
First and foremost,
fucking pleb.
Say, I missed you, bro. Where the fuck you been, dude? I can't keep living my life without you, like, posting my morning spaces, man. I really, I'm not even joking. I felt lost. I can't do this shit.
I legit felt lost too.
Yeah. But no, I just want to say SG1. That's he's Lobo's part of SG1. I'm not. You can take that to the bank. He definitely is.
Lobo. It is Lobo. It's Wolf, isn't it? SG1. He's always been. Yeah.
They're a huge entity, but he's part of it. So.
Well, Don mentioned something today. Last night on Bbandz spaces, and I really want to know about this. I want to know about the current state of Highlander's setup. Don said he was a white label, and Null was like, nah, he was running stuff like, I don't know what his setup is like now, but he was, and I'm thinking, wait a minute, did I hear like you knew what it was, but you're not sure now? Did I hear a little bit of trepidation in that answer there? Don must know something. Don must be getting Don's getting fed information. We all know that from high sources, right? He often closed sources, yeah. Why would Don say that Highlander's a white label? Guys, I've got to tell you, this is the first
because he has
heard
been for a long time. And he said it, it himself. Highlander has said it himself that he has an operational like partnership with somebody that runs it.
But he wasn't originally. Yeah, I mean, Null said no when we were on testnet. He was, because Null gave him all the technical advice. He said on that conversation with Don yesterday. We'll have to go back and listen, guys.
That's confusing, yeah.
Okay, started about 2 hours 43 minutes, guys, on the Space Skellies official account, Spaces, last night, which was like the game thing. Obviously Don was talking about this before. See, Bbandz, I skipped through what I wanted to listen to. Obviously, before Null came on, Don was talking about the validators. Obviously, I heard someone saying, "Oh, you were giving them shit." Go on, Don. He must have been talking about them before. I missed that bit, right? Did you invite Null, or did Null just drop in? How did that happen?
So I'm constantly inviting Null to any of my spaces, all the time, just because I like his vibe. And sometimes he comes. So I don't know if other people are inviting him. Maybe he comes to the one that, multiple people invite him to, but Yeah, I'm always inviting him.
But okay, and, but you didn't
plus,
specifically
I knew that Don was, saying stuff, so I just kind of sent him a message, hey, what's up?
I was just no, because I'll do that. That's why Sisler came in the other night. That's why Dead Right came in after Jacob last Friday. I'll message people on the space and say, we've got this person in talking. Do you want to come in and give your point of view, whatever? I'll do that. I didn't know, though, if he like casually dropped in with a purpose, dropped in with an invite. I was like, okay.
I had sent him hey, I'm doing a game night if you want to come. I send everybody the game night thing. So he decided to come this time. And I kind of reminded him when Robo was going not Robo, sorry. Don was getting, excited. Right. And he wanted to talk to him. I kind of felt bad because he's like, he doesn't, he's ignoring my thing. He's ignoring my, my messages or whatever. Mm-hmm. But there's a reason why. So he made it pretty clear on there.
Yeah. I kind of guessed that like Don had obviously been like mouthing off before Null joined. I got that feeling like you guys were like, well, Don, here's your chance. Say something. Like he must have been, not Null, but validators in general. He was obviously, because he'd been quite vocal. I mean, the community you're seeing the entire like community.
Hey, hello.
Oh, don't believe this. The fucking spaces have started again. Listen to this. It's happened again, Bbandz. There's a ghost in this house. Wow. What the fuck? What the fuck? That's that Loom Dart one
I'm kind of
starting
confused,
again.
like just listening to you guys talk. I could be wrong. I could have swore that I've heard Highlander said it himself that he has a partnership and that that's kind of like his. I could be wrong though, but that's interesting if that's not the case.
I haven't. I thought he was a validator. I thought he was actually like had his own equipment, had his own thing. Like, I mean, he got a foundation delegation, is what Don said. Which, if a white label's getting a foundation delegation, that doesn't seem quite right to me. Why would a white label? Why would a white label?
Yeah, you would think if you're a white label, you probably shouldn't.
Fucking come on.
Yeah,
that should be the opposite of what should be happening. I don't know. I'm only taking Don's words and Tank. I mean, I listened to some parts of it 3 times, but I'm going to go back and listen to the like when they finish playing the games or whatever. I'm going to have to like listen to like everything to pick up on what was said like previous to this. But that's just got me curious, really curious, because I had no idea whatsoever if Highlander was a white label.
Why would he be though? I mean, let's give him the benefit of the doubt, right? Like, just say he is a validator, like we thought he was, and not a white. Why would he? What benefit would it be for him to switch over if that is true? Like, why would he do that?
Well, if let's say that he was, let's presume, let's just say that like he was a white label, right? Like, why would he have been brought in? Is it because he's this like marketing expert? And obviously there to push like, the entire like community marketing brand type ethos like forward. Like, what would be the point? Surely someone would have to bring serious talent. Well, someone would have to bring a talent that none of the devs, core devs or whatever have got, like a skill or an ability, you know what I mean? Or connections, whatever it is.
Yeah.
Like, if you're going to bring someone in, they're bringing something to the table, aren't they? Yeah.
That's a good conversation. Now you have my wheels turning as well. When I said it before, like I've always kind of, and nothing against Highlander personally as a person, but I kind of always wondered, like, what makes you qualified for being on the communication part of the communication sub-DAO, for what your guys' goal is. And like when when we had our space and we were talking last time, he was like, oh yeah, because he helped facilitate, and he did, all credit to him, the kind of, I guess, quote unquote marketing or connection or reasoning why what's his face guy from Coinbrio did post or a video about Juno, and then also had like marketing flags for Juno up there. But like, to me, that's not really a big like bragging accomplishment for personally, because that's just me spending money. I mean, fuck, anybody's gonna allow me to spend money and they're gonna be fine. Like if I take thousands of dollars and say, hey, can I buy an ad placement? That's not me with connections. That's just me with enough money to buy an ad placement.
Yep.
Yeah. So I don't know.
We still didn't get an answer really over that.
Yeah.
I mean, it came from that. Like I said, like governance. Anyway, we're not going to go on about that. Tank. I wanted to ask you and everyone, who's ready for this NFT? It's less than an hour. I presume Rack will be joining like eventually. Anyone excited for the game, the new NFT game that's coming out? Just for a little bit of, it's only open for a few days, like 10 days, is it? A little bit of seasonal fun starting. Who's ready for to play fetch, Bbandz?
Wait, are you talking about the Chihuahua has a game coming out?
Racøøn.
Am I lost?
Racøøn.bet.
Oh yeah, you have
a
Chihuahua
game on Chihuahua.
It's Chihuahua degen game.
The game's coming out on Chihuahua. It's Racøøn.bet's game. Come on, you woman.
And so we can just go in there and play in about an hour?
Yeah. Well, Moll's going to come on. He said, let me get V up. V's reconnected.
Yeah, I just...
Moll's going to drop in. Let me just send him the link. They are, you know what they're like, putting the final like finishing touches. Like they'll do testing right up until they deploy, which I never complain about, obviously. There you go. I've just sent him an invitation just to remind him that we're live, Bbandz, right? Yes. So, did you read the Medium article or not? That should have been updated by now and anyway, because I didn't send me copying in time. Oh dear. Did you read the Medium, Bbandz?
No. Do you want to link it up top and I can read it real quick?
Yeah. Let me get it. Oh yeah, it's quite a little fucking interest. I'm excited. Like they've kept this. What people need to understand is a lot of stuff in the past. I have had like a heads up about it. Literally, they were like, Robo, this is like that, like just little like playful like DJness like type thing that like we're just going to keep it quiet like until like the last minute. I literally only found out about the mechanics when I looked at the Medium. Or when I like give it a read over here. I'll let me pop it in here. I want to know who's going to mint an NFT and who's going to actually like play fetch and who's going to go in the seasonal dog race. They've got a dog race. So the more you play fetch, like the faster your dog's going to be in the dog race. So it's going to be like the race of like the fastest dogs.
Wait. Where's the? I've been so focused on the other shit, but like, where is it going to be? Where can I buy the NFT? Where's it at? Tell me the details.
HuaHua. I'm just going to try to get him on now, matey. I'm just going to tweet out. Here it's here. I'll put it in the nest, dude. So yeah, Tank. I mean, normally they drop these things live, or we have been doing it for a while. It's 10 past. So it should be probably like a Bbandz is at 10 past 11 your time, right? Is that right?
Are you saying you're talking to me?
What time is it, Bbandz? 10 past 11
it's
your
11,
time?
11 a.m.
Ah, right, okay. Yeah. It's like 10 past or something. Right, okay. So they are dropping at 5 UTC, which should be 12 lunchtime your time, Bbandz. I think, Tank, you're an hour behind, are you, Tank? So Tank will be your 11 a.m., yeah?
Yeah.
Yeah, mate. I mean, they've banged it in a Medium. There's a lot of numbers in there. It does look a bit Dejanish. You'll have to go and have a look at it. Even myself, I read it like 3 times and I'm still computing things a little bit like. But basically, you mint an NFT, you get your dog, you play fetch with your dog. The more you play fetch, the more you earn. There's 2 tokens. There's bone and there's ball. You're going to be these NFTs are going to be used in Racøøn like for years to come, essentially. Like, so everybody needs to like grab at least one today, and just ensure that like you keep it. This is like a long term kind of play kind of thing. What they're going to do is they're going to do like seasonal stuff. You know, so they might do like a Valentine's Day or like Easter egg hunt, or you know what I'm talking about? Like they're going to be like a seasonal thing. They're going to bring out the cupboard every now and then. Mm-hmm. But you're going to be at like Morford after it's finished. You're going to be at like Morford up for free, mate. There's loads of shit. Like I'm not doing a very good job of. I'm waiting for Moll to come on actually, like because Moll's going to do that explaining. Like I say, guys, I read it a few times. I get the basis. But I'm going to have to bring up the Medium if I'm going to go into the mechanics. Bbandz is probably reading it right now, I presume.
Yeah, give me a second.
I knew. Tank, how are you doing anyway, matey? Did you have a party yesterday or what?
Yeah, no, I'm good, man. It was yesterday was interesting, right? Of course, it's Murphy's Law for me. Whenever I do stuff, it's always like the hardest way possible. But yeah, we had and I don't want to switch gears, but speaking of NFTs, we had Finneki NakamoJOE launch on Stargaze for the whitelist yesterday.
How did you find Stargaze? How did you find
it was good. It was once they walked me through it, as far as like the minting and putting up a collection, it was pretty straightforward. I mean, I don't know all the other back end like making and collections and all that stuff, but putting one up there, like once you get it done and you have everything you need, really listening on Stargaze was like, if you knew what you were doing, you could probably do it in less than 10 minutes. If you knew, depending on like your whitelist and all that stuff loading up, but it was easy, bro. I was really, really surprised. But yeah, I mean, it was a struggle bus kind of yesterday with not for the mint, but like, I guess for the mint because Spaces was down. So I couldn't go over there and like do Spaces talking about it, shit and market it. Fucking Hubble was down. So that was hard too. And everything in between. The market was down. So it was actually, I can't say much again, but like the market being down was exactly what I was hoping for. But everything else, like, I didn't see that coming, but it's fine. We're over 10% right now. I think it's like 12. And being all things considered, like it's fantastic, man. Like I love it. I'm loving it.
Well, dude, I said the day on the Spaces, it takes a fucking brave soul to launch something like that. Like how many people, Tank, do you hear like these devs and stuff you're talking to? Like whether that be like Eclipse Pad or like whatever, right? How many of these people I speak to and they're like, oh, we're not launching now, we're putting the launch off because like it's fucking everyone. Like very few people have got
I understand it, but I hate it, bro. I hate when I hear that shit. I'm like, if you have a good product, you have a good product. It doesn't like I get it because it's all about transactions and volume and who's coming in, who's coming out, liquidity and all that stuff. Like I get that shit. All of these guys, like validators, devs, it's all about the footprint that goes in and out, right? But if you got a good product, it doesn't matter. People will use it, and it will gain value over time. In my humble opinion, it makes me, not to say all of them are like that or every NFT project, but like, one thing like Racøøn that I really love about Raccoons is like you said, they think of some shit, they ship it. It's good shit. They just ship it. They work on it to the very last minute. They still fucking ship. They ship. That's all they fucking do. And they let the people decide if it's worthy or not to jump on board or whatnot. But I just appreciate that a lot more. And speaking of, did you see that we have a little raccoons companions in the Finneki? Did you see those?
Oh, mate, I did. Well, yeah. Didn't you send them in the group chat earlier in the week?
Yeah, there's got gotta have those little raccoons. The cute little raccoons. They're not little mischief makers like your guys's, but they're cute little raccoons, man.
Dude, you know something though, like respect's due though, because I have like no doubt, like trying just to fucking get all the logistics of everything together. It's like a right ball ache. Like I can imagine like it's a fucking ton of work to be able to actually like see that output, So respect where respect's due, like dude, like literally I wouldn't even know where to fucking start with like putting an NFT collection out. Like anyone that does it like immediately has like a level of respect. You're like, fucking hell.
Yeah, it's definitely hard. I mean, but it's a team effort, right? Like gathering whitelist from and then knowing for no matter what, like you're not going to please everybody, but trying to ensure like, hey, because we actually pulled whitelist for all, like, all the raccoons you guys could have submitted on raccoon.bet. And Mo was Mo is such a fucking G, bro. Like he put that up there after hearing me say it in less than probably less than 12 hours was like done. And like, I was like, what the fuck? But yeah, like you could have submitted, he got that over to me and it was such a good list. And I was like so floored, but it is hard, but it's a team effort without people like Mo, you guys' Bbandz even, Skelly's, Sunnyside, all these other guys and individuals and girls.
You
can't do it without a community.
Tank, the NFT collection, Tank, the NFT communities, the coming together of them has been the greatest thing of this entire like IBC bear market. We are,
bro, the NFT
talking about like validated behavior. Oh yeah. It's insane.
Straight up, like period. The raccoon, like Skelly's, all of us, we are like I hate to fucking say it, but like seriously, you can't go to Evmos, Osmosis, Juno, and there's individual little clicky fucking bubbles and compare it to NFT communities. The NFT community is the cosmos.
Correct.
Fucking flat. Period.
1,000,000%. 1,000,000%, mate.
I smoke some weed while my wife's away.
Yeah, look at these gangsters. We've got some right gangsters in this room today, man. I love looking at all of these people in here. Some people might be working. Some people might just be having, I don't know, a day out in the park or something with a dog, walking along, listening.
Wow, this is a really cool game. I'm still reading it, but wow, this is cool.
I know.
I like the being able to re-roll. I like it's so degen. It is the gamblingest game ever. You have to re-roll if you want to like get a higher rarity and shit. Like,
yes.
I mean, it's pretty cool. I'm gonna finish, but
do you understand why? Do you now understand why they wouldn't tell me about this? They knew I couldn't keep my mouth shut. If RAC had told me about what they were planning with this, like the thing is, Bbandz, it's about learning or understanding when to get in and when to get out, right? As that rate increases, as the mint goes up, Bbandz, you see, like the way the mint goes up, like 25%, 50%, 75%, and then it becomes more expensive, right? To buy the bone, right? You see
yes, that's
like an active castle. By the way, dude, bro, I see some I want to shout out to not only Racøøn, but like the Chihuahua fucking community guys. I'm like, I can't say much. I've been in watching, like I know some of you guys are as well, what they're doing, bro. They're fucking working. But I cannot get that fucking, have you guys been, I can't add the new fucking dog token.
Dude, right, I had this problem on a Spaces the other day, but Rama did tell us a while ago, dude, you must add it through the Omniflix site.
I've tried.
Wait a minute, so you deleted it? Well, because I'd been fucked over from adding it from Osmosis before. Dude, I did it through Omniflix the other day, mind, it did it straight away.
It did it straight away, so you got to delete. Everybody I've talked to have done the same thing, like they tell me delete it, then go to the omniflix.wtf or whatever it is, right? And that's how you add it back on there.
Yeah.
I'm telling you, it doesn't work for me. None of the shit. And then on my Kepler, which is really weird, I don't have an add button. Like I can't, I don't know why. I can't fucking add it.
Have you hard refreshed and cleaned up? Chris, I think he's got something to say. In a minute, guys, I want to welcome Home Play because he's been up here waiting ages. But Chris, have you got help for Tank?
No, I was going to say, I'm just like Tank. I've deleted the chain. I've added the chain. I've uninstalled Kepler, reinstalled Kepler without having Chihuahua there, connected to Omniflix, added the chain. I can't claim it. I've done like every single step, standing on my head, torqued on my computer, kicked it out the window, you know.
Okay. I'll get Rama. I'll ask Rama tomorrow when he wakes up to DM Necromancer, the main guy, yeah? I mean, he's good pals. Like, I could do it, but I'll just ask Rama to do it tomorrow. It's easier. That's not right, guys, because, I mean, he didn't talk me through it, but I added it through Ping Pub. Because I couldn't remember if you said Omniflix or Ping Pub, and that's why it wasn't working for me. It's just that I put it through Ping Pub. Once I did it through Omniflix, it worked straight away, guys. So that's weird. That's weird how some can and some can't, right? What browser are you using there, Chris?
I have Chrome and I tried on Brave too.
Yeah, I was gonna say I've tried on.
What's up, everybody?
What's up, man?
Is that Marty? Is that me old pal?
How's it going, Robo?
Yeah, I'm all a better for fucking hearing your voice, son. Are you doing okay, yeah?
Yeah, bro. I've just been busy lately. My day job's gotten a lot busier. I've been spending more time with my son, and I'm still waiting to get into the Hall of Fame, bro. I put in my submission like over a month ago, and still no word. But it's all good.
Oh,
I'm still a RAC. I'm still a 1%er, you know?
Dude, wait a minute. I've just lost a headset. Well, I didn't even know how that happened. I took one out the box. Wait a second, dude. Fuck's sake, this fucking Twitter Spaces, man.
Bro, you know what? You just gave me a really good idea, Martin. The 1%er, because I ride. I own Harleys. I ride motorcycles. Well, no, actually, that's probably not a good idea. You don't put 1%ers on your fucking jacket at all. Don't do that shit. Never mind. Don't be doing that shit.
I was also gonna say though, Tank, I actually just got a a new iMac, and when I switched over with my ledger and reconnected all my shit, I couldn't get the dog token working either. So I had to delete it from my Kepler multiple times. I tried the Chihuahua what the fuck to reconnect it. Still didn't work after that. So I don't know. It was very random. I opened my Kepler in the top right corner when I was on the Fortis website. And, it has that drop down menu where you can go through each chain. You can go through adding token. Like there's a option on if I had it open in front of me, I would be able to describe it perfectly, but that drop down menu where you can sign out, add a token, there's settings. If you go to the Chihuahua chain after you reconnect and add a token and copy that address for the dog token and input it into the add token, that didn't work. But then all of a sudden when I tried to refresh the page, the prompts came up to add dog token, B dog, and G dog. So I don't know if you've tried that or if you can't find the add token option, but that worked for me because nothing else did.
I can't go to the add token. Like I don't, when you go to the address book and settings, and it weirds me out. I've tried looking all over the place. I'm like, fuck, and I update my Kepler like whenever possible. But on my Kepler, when I go to that address book settings, and there is no like third option of add token for me. Like on I'll go on this laptop, I'll go to the other one that I have upstairs, my workstation, and then a second one or third one that I have, none of them have add token. And so the only way that I can add them is kind of like to that MacGyver way of doing it through the websites or something like that. Or if I go to like, there's like that one weird, like, when you go to, how the hell do you explain it? Whatever I'm trying to, like, you go to address book and then there's that like add new or whatever. Like that's the only way that I can kind of like go through everything. But that just looks like shit that's already there. It's weird. I don't know, man. It's really weird. It's obvious that just Chihuahua, like, I don't know. I don't want to say Chihuahua doesn't want me that way, but
Welcome. Good morning. You are through to Kepler Tech Support. Please explain your problem to the operative. Beep.
Please make sure your phone is on.
Yeah, you're gonna sit there for fucking 5 hours. Press 1.
You forgot to say send your seed phrase.
Do you know who we need? We needed Liz the Diz there. Like it would just be like, Liz, where's Kepler Support? And hello, you are through to Kepler Support. Please leave your seed phrase at the reception on the way out. Wait a minute. Home Pleb. Oh, Brasco's come up as a speaker. We'll get you in a minute. Home Pleb's been up for ages. Hello, Plebson. Are you available or are you messing around with your cocks? He likes, during the day, he plays with his cocks, doesn't he?
Hey, Robo, how are you?
I'm very good, mate. Are you ready for the dog game? Some Dasian shit going down, bro.
I think so. I see that the Lord of Attendance has left, though. And really all I wanted to say was present for the Lord of Attendance.
Oh, you're talking to Joe? Yeah.
But he's gone.
I saw that. Dude, that's funny.
Cool.
Fucking Joe's got me as his ringtone. Imagine that. Imagine Joe's in New York City like, hey, man, can I have a sandwich? And then his ringtone goes off and it's Robo. Ya fucking pleb.
So I have a question. This NFT. Oh.
So I was just going to say, Homestead, it's pretty funny that he calls you out like that. And then when you come up here, he leaves.
Yeah, right. I was like waiting for a moment to get in and make a joke on it. I guess he had to go. That's cool. I know he's got a family too. So.
Oh, look, we've got RAC royalty. So, Sir, you've got to remember his name, his title, kids. Sir Youster. Sir Youster of Plebville has arrived. I mean, he's probably way too busy.
Yeah, Mr. I'm not even here anymore.
Yeah. Home pleb. He's probably like evicting tenants as we speak. I've heard his hero is Shakespeare, who, believe it or not, was a right cunt of a landlord. Like, he would kick like Shakespeare was well known as a very terrible person. He was a landowner. And he said that's a little bit like Youster, You know that he kicks like families out on the street when they don't pay the rent and that? Oh, Home Pleb forgot to mute, didn't he? Wait, he's misses it. Wait.
I think.
Oh, sorry, Home Pleb, I muted you. I thought you forgot the mic. Sorry, dude. Go on. Sorry, dude. Wait a minute. Oh, Pleb, I'm feeling really
No,
bad.
don't worry. I was in that like void between jumping out of the car and into the house, where you get that like, off of the network and onto the Wi-Fi lag issue.
I've always been very careful about taking up your time though with you, matey. Since your wife was throwing the plates in the cupboard that day, I mean, your woman wasn't happy, was she? Yeah, and the bong, and your woman fucking throwing plates into the cupboard like that, man, dude. I was worried for your safety, honestly.
I'm always worried for my safety with that one.
Dude, I was going to do a wellness call the next day, like, is Home Pleb still alive? Hey, Bbandz, your friends here. It's a privilege again. Sabrestein dropping in the room. If she can come up and say hello, that would be great. Let's see. Maybe she's busy. Your woman's here, Bbandz.
I know. I tried to invite her up, but usually, sometimes she just comes in and listens so that
I know.
She has her earbuds on or something. She got 2 young children, so.
She likes the crack. She likes the crack now. Y'all gotta love the crack now. Y'all gotta love dags as well.
so listen, real quick. Okay, I finished reading the Medium thing. Are these conditional NFTs, or are these are you morphing them by sending them to address and getting a new NFT?
Right, write that question down, because that's the first question from Mole when he joins. I'm going to set you pants on Mole. Literally, darling, I'm not joking. This is the plan, right? That I've hatched right now in the last 30 seconds. I'm going to jump in the hammock with a mojito, darling. And I'm going to order McDonald's, right? Because KFC's closed. And I'm just going to listen to you grill fucking Mole for like 25 minutes. Go on, darling. Bbandz was setting you free. Wait,
I just had a couple questions.
Who's helping the pre-sale of Bone?
Yeah, am I gonna have to go and buy some HuaHua? I don't even fucking know any HuaHua right now.
Listen, you better take advantage. Robo. Sabrestein's up in here. Where Mike?
Oh, is she? Oh, hello, darling. Hello, Sabrestein. Happy seasons to you. Happy seasons greetings, yeah.
Good morning, everyone. Sorry, I was just gonna listen. I worked until just a few hours ago, so I'm a little dead this morning.
Oh, you're welcome, you woman. Great to hear your voice. You're welcome. Don't worry about that. Join in, don't join in, listen in, zone out, up to you.
Well, thank you. That's very kind and nice to see everybody. I was actually just reading through the Medium article because I did not know about this. And so I need to get caught up. So I'm going to go do that.
Oh, your woman smells some Degen crack, doesn't she? Did anybody get a sense there?
Yeah, she's a Degen, straight up.
No.
I heard
No. Before Saber leaves, Saber, tell me about TA. I need to know, where are we in this? What do you think?
Man, I worked until just a few hours ago.
Fucking take a look at the charts right now, woman, and tell me. I need to know.
Like, I don't know. Like, Bitcoin did the thing. Like, it broke the. Hang on a moment.
She goes, it did the thing. The thing. That thing.
It did the thing. I tell you what, though, bare bones of Web3. Like, seriously, 10 a.m. Eastern time. That's like one of my favorite shows of the week. Like you'll always, and I'm telling you, because it's like 10 p.m. Monday night my time. That is like my go-to Monday listening bands. And if we do RAC FM, I'll always end at 10 and shoot everybody over to listen to that, because it's fucking great. Like, I love how like serious you're taking it, and it's like proper professional and serious. It's really cool to be involved in professional spaces, because we run a fucking shit show 99% of the time, right?
I love that.
You're right, though. You guys, Bbandz and Saber, you guys really do. You do a really good job of keeping all of those bullet Bbandz. You do a good job in the front part, and then Saber comes in the back end and comes in with her. I was giving her shit right now, but guys, I'm not joking. I love her TA.
She's great, isn't she?
Yeah. They're both really good. You guys, even when I'm doing my live stream, I put on my phone and I'm there. Fuck that.
I like Tank. I like how it's the weekly roundup, I love the fact that it's Monday, and it's like, right, okay, this is what like the last week was like for Bitcoin. That nice little quick like intro, and then obviously she always moves on to like Atom.
Should get funded.
Great.
That show could get funded. Fucking straight up.
It's I tell you what, I don't know who came up with the idea. I'm not saying
What was that,
I don't know.
No, I was just gonna say you guys are like so nice. I think I can like Bbandz and I am sure like both really appreciate it. Those are such kind words. So thank you. And we love to jump into all your shows too as best we can.
I don't know who came up with the format, because the format is like quite ingenious. How it'll go for bands.
I was gonna say,
look at Bbandz.
Format.
You said that so fast.
With that format, that's for sure Bbandz right there.
No, I just wanted to I just kind of envisioned what I wanted a 45-minute show to look like. And I was like, okay, and I put it on itinerary. Hear a little news and opinions. I'd like a little market. And then maybe I can talk to a guest for like 10, 15 minutes. If somebody's interested in that, a little bit of time in the project and in the actual people, then they can investigate more. You know what I mean?
So I got to ask, how hard has it been? Or do you find it hard to stay on time, like on point with your time limits?
Actually, no, I'm starting to get as of probably Sabrestein, maybe the past 3 or 4 shows, like I've figured out how many paragraphs of content. Like, so if I find something I want to talk about and I'm typing up the content for it, I've kind of figured out about 4 stories will give me this much time. And then Sabrestein types up her whole market analysis, and I can actually see it too on my end. So I can kind of see how much time is going to be in there. And EJ already has his up on the space. So it kind of helps because everything is already kind of pre-done.
So Bbandz, who's your, I think you've done like 10 episodes now, is that right? 10 or 11?
We're going on 12.
Okay, right. So you've done 11, right? You've done it weird. Who's your favourite guest so far out of everyone you've interviewed? Who's your favourite guest? I'm just wondering.
I like all the guests. That's why I wanted to talk to them.
No, you pick favorites. You pick favorites.
Robo is that kid who's asking his mommy, who's your favorite?
Yeah, you pick a favorite.
He's like, tell me I'm good, Mom. Tell me I'm good. Say I'm good, Mom. Am I good? Yes, you are good.
Okay. Well, let me rephrase this one. Let me rephrase the question because it was quite subjective. Which guest's appearance have you personally enjoyed the most? For me, it was the Matic Greys. I thought the Matic Greys were fucking fantastic. I love them. Love them.
So there's 2 that I like that are like tied, and it's that Dave Schwimback from Polygon Alliance. Because of him blogging and kind of being so vulnerable and sharing so much about himself.
Careful what you're saying.
Private space.
Careful what you're saying.
Matic and Matic Grays, because they're like, what other family run NFT? If you can find me another family run NFT, I'm going to be surprised. Like, they're really grinding hard. They're producing their metaverse. They have land in the metaverse. They have their NFTs. They're giving to charity. I mean, like. And so David Schwimberg does.
You threw Robo under the bus there.
You can't talk about your favorite in front of everybody else. You know what I mean?
Threw me right. Marty fucking knows. She threw me right, and in fact, in full vision of the entire room, woman Bbandz just threw your man Robo fucking straight under the bus. Never mind, Bbandz, you've got every right. That is your God-given right, to be able to throw me under the bus at any given time you fucking like. That's how it works, isn't it? This crypto space.
Robo was the most fantastic guest that I've ever had. When he came onto the show, about, I think 500 people followed him. It was just, oh my gosh, it was just groundbreaking.
Now, there's no need to take the piss. You don't need to go from fucking one to the other, woman. Come on, there's a fucking middle ground. There's a middle ground your woman can find. Yes.
May I tell you a funny story?
Oh, please do.
So, I mean, it was funny to me, but I didn't know you at all before Bbandz brought you on our show. And so all I knew about was like the raccoons. And so Bbandz messages me and she says, we're going to have Robo from the raccoons on the show. And she said, he promises to behave. I said, well, don't worry. I'll bring a spray bottle full of water just in case. And I was prepared, but you did really well. So thank you.
I had to. I was like, EJ, I swear to God, he's going to behave himself. I know it. He promised.
Don't worry. I know what he hates. Spray bottle full of water and he's gone.
Imagine, man, I have to sign contracts just to go on other shows and that, man. Like, I have to fucking sign blood contracts and that just to make an appearance, like, in public. Oh, it's bad, isn't it? Who fucking started? Look, I blame the people in the crowd. There's raccoons in here. Bruce, Yowster, Al, Tim, you lot, you know who I'm blaming. Marty, Brasco, right? You're all in here, aren't you? You lot fucking pushed me to the edge, man, didn't you? You're like, oh, go on, Robo. He's some fucking bad news about some project doing shit. Go on. Tear fucking Twitter up. It's not Marten Bbandz. I'm a nice guy, me, Sabrestein, I'm a nice guy. Honestly, it's just these kids feed me information about all these gigaplebs that, like, need taken down. And then from time to time, you've just got to sacrifice yourself, haven't you? Like, someone's got to do it. I'm not nice.
Bruce, and that's why we love you.
And all them are fucking instigators, and Robo's the one that'll just punch you. They're like, look. Huh? And Robo's just like, whap.
But then the thing is, Rama will come out with, like, the real receipts. Like, because we already know the chain sniping stuff's been done. Like, we're not going to come out unless, like, we have got receipts, you know? Everybody knows it.
No, dude. The gang is like the instigators, and you're the enforcer. And then Rama's like that one guy out of the gang will come and talk to the cops later and convince them of reasoning of why they should let you go. And then you guys just, like, keep repeating the same shit over and over, dude.
Correct. Isn't he? He's like when Eminem talks about Dre. Fucking like Dre stood next to a burned down house with a can full of gas and a handful of matches and still no one found out. Motherfucker, that bit, you know what I'm talking about? Like, that's Rama. Like, he's just next to, like, a burning building and, like, he's got the gas and the matches in his hands and the cops turn up and Rama's like, I haven't seen anything today, mate. The problem with that is that
Brasco and Bruce and Yap and all the rest of those guys are in the background of that video. A bunch of fucking raccoons with, like, extra cans of gasoline, like, hiding in the back and shit. Just disappearing in the background.
I'm not going to lie. This week, if anyone's paid attention, I've been paying tribute to our artists because we have taken a step back. Everybody knows we had an exploit. The devs have been off, blah, 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 right? But I really wanted to highlight this week, especially, like, the work that these guys have put in, like the unpaid hours that Brasco, Gaines, and AmanDAO have put in. And AmanDAO's not here, is he? Guys, can I'll tell you what, can everyone in this room right now, because, what's the title? RAC FM special episode, RAC FM special episode, HuaHua. I don't even know if I've got that right. People say Chihuahua or HuaHua. We're at odds, aren't we? But never mind. Decent game and Honorary Council drop. Now, I've really been holding off for Maul. I've been holding off for AmanDAO. But guys, Brasco, you're up, son. We need to get AmanDAO in this room right now. Guys, if you see what we're going to drop, we have an honorary for AmanDAO, but it's like a very, very special, like, you're all going to get, like, a surprise, like AmanDAO tonight. He's not here. And that's recorded, but they're not listening until later. AmanDAO's been inducted into the Honorary Council tonight, which is very important to me. The last three that we did, which was Brasco, Finn, and Gaines. And Brasco's like wearing his tonight. If you go and have a look at it, you'll see what I mean. It's a beautiful piece of, like, unique art that's like an official, like, proper one-on-one. They're getting moved there, Brasco, by the way. Brasco might not know. They're going to get moved, Brasco, off Joe chain. If Mole comes in, that's another question. Bbandz, get that in the notebook. What's happening with the honoraries on Joe? Are they going to Juno Secret? Get that in the notebook, yeah. Who's going to speak? Someone's going to speak. Marty, I'm going to find out about your honorary tonight. Yours has gone up, son. Don't worry about that. But guys, can you tag AmanDAO? Like, y'all know who he is now. Just he's fucking at AmanDAO. Get him in this spaces, will you? And I'll drop something.
Where the hell is Rama when you need him? I need this sound effect, the breaking news sound effect.
Is that home pleb?
Satan? Oh,
that's home pleb.
Oh.
It's me. Yes, it's me.
These sound effects are fucking terrible. Dude.
I know, I've heard that voice before. That's why I was just making sure it wasn't
Satan. Bbandz is like, Satan? Father, is that you?
Father.
We got Cosmic Validator has dropped a new video, you guys.
Sounds like that dog, Mr. Pickles, on that Cartoon Network show. That Satan dog.
It's in my DM. He DM'd it to me.
Wait, are you talking about Courage the Cowardly Dog? Wait, what are you talking about?
No, there's Courage, and there's another one called Mr. Pickles, and it's like a satanic dog, and he walks backwards. But if you play like the show backwards, you can actually hear what he's saying. Pretty funny.
Oh my god! Need to get high.
Mr. Pickles. Mr. Pickles, isn't that the name of that dude, his dog that was on Britain's Got Talent? Mr. Pickles, huh? That was that little crocodile guy, no, the dragon guy, Piff the Magic Dragon, that was on America's Got Talent, the Vegas dude. That's his dog, Mr. Pickles, isn't it? Don't know why I remembered that shit. Anyway, where's AmanDAO? Guys, I've been told, I've been put on orders, like, we cannot release anything until AmanDAO's here. There's a few people in this room. I mean, I know it's recorded. I doubt they're going to go back and record. But the honoraries were making plans for 2023 for a monthly release of all of the people who've, like, given up time, donated energy and effort, like myself, like Rama, like Brasco, like Finn, like Gaines, like we've all got like official, like one-on-one honorary PFPs, right, from RAC. Like you put in the work, you're going to get it, right? 2023 is going to be nice. There's going to be a Hall of Fame induction pretty much like every month. So there'll be like once a month. There'll be like whether it's 1, 2, or 3 like members inducted or whatever, like could be 1, you know, depending. Hopefully, like the people who've like been helping RAC out, and they know who they are. There's some in this chat. There's some who are like taking a back seat right now, but like really helped out RAC like in the beginning. That'll not be forgot about. But we're just trying to like help the people that are pushing the brand forward now. Bbandz, what do you think about that as we move through 2023? Monthly releases of honoraries to the Hall of Fame. Do you like that?
I think that's cool. It's almost like employee of the month or something. But I mean, not really, but kind of.
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah. But the thing is,
you should put it like a banner and have like the employees of the month, like they have on the walls.
Well, anybody with an honorary could get like a custom-made banner from AmanDAO. You don't know what's going to happen after he's inducted into the Hall of Fame. There might be, you know, people in the room that might have been off Twitter like for a day or two because it's like Christmas, you know. I am going to put in a couple of tweets, Bbandz, into the room. So, Bbandz, yourself, and maybe Saber, you've got some questions about this Dajin game, yeah? I'm interested in this, dog. You're going to have to do better than me. It's really late here. You got some questions, right?
He's in here now?
No, he will be soon, though. He's literally probably going to come in when they're ready to drop. He will be.
Well, I mean, I put that other question. You said the honoraries, right? That you wanted to ask about the honoraries?
I want you to know it's open season, though, on your man. Like, Maul, you can, like, literally, you can drill him into the ground with any kind of question. Like, he's absolutely fine. Like, he's always got receipts for everything. There's anything you want to know, though, out of what you've read. Yeah.
So you fetch your balls, and then those balls are, like, currency that you're fetching, and then you take those and you put them for bone. You stake them for bone.
Yes, correct. Yeah. And you get the sale at the beginning as well. Oh, what's this? Has he been met? Oi, what's this? What's going on here? RAC's tweeted. Has he? Or is this one? Oh, this is from earlier, is it? When did RAC just tweet this? RAC's just tweeted 3 minutes ago. Fucking look at them, not even telling me or anything. RAC's just tweeted. I'll put it in the nest. Did anybody catch the RAC tweet? I'm surprised no one interrupted us and said, Robo, like RAC's just tweeted 3 minutes ago. The dog sanctuary is open. Oi, guys, it's open. So if you should go to HuaHua.racøøn.bet, the sanctuary should be open. Adopt a Chihuahua NFT to play our new game. Retweet and like for a chance to win 2 NFTs. Oh, I'm liking and retweeting this. Wait a minute. I haven't got to tag 3 friends. Fuck that. Wait a minute. Yeah, man. Wait. I'm going to tweet and all. Yeah, man. Gassing me here. Gas. Wait a minute.
Are you whispering to us?
Mo's ass in here.
Mo's come in, is he? Wait, get HR on the phone. Wait a minute. Get HR on the phone. I'm tweeting out now. Get HR on the fucking phone. Gotta swear. Wait a minute. Is Mo coming or not? Is he in or not? He's not. Fuck. No, he's not in yet. He's ghosting me, isn't he? Me boss is fucking ghosting me. That's what you'd expect with raccoons, wouldn't you? I'll put it in the nest anyway. There you go. He's all gone quiet. He's all Asian in now, or what? I bet there's just me sitting here.
Actually.
I'm scrambling. I'm not ready.
What are you doing? He's all gone a Asian anyway. I'm gonna, yeah. Oh, don't worry. I'll be in on this action. I'm gonna listen what's going on here. He hasn't even messaged me back. He's ghosting me.
Sending funds over. I'm like, okay, how much are 300,000? Okay, I'm just gonna get some Chihuahua and make me one real quick. BRB.
Bbandz, you know something? Early adopters, if you're in and out at the right time, if you play the game, should do okay. Like in the first, like, I don't know, first like 72 hours, maybe a little bit more, maybe 96. If you know what I mean. We need Rama's take, don't we?
Yeah.
We need Rain Man. Imagine Shoebox was here now. Oh, that's the only thing that's missing is Shoebox would already have all the digits. You know he would. Look, there's a lot of people going quiet in the room, isn't there?
Sorry, I was
reading the
retweeting it.
Medium article.
Yeah, I was retweeting that.
Ah.
I never want to tag people. So, like, even though I want to read, like, I'll retweet it, but I don't want to tag people because I don't want to win anything ever.
You don't need to tag anyone? No, I'm sure.
You don't want to win anything ever. I have sat in the marbles with you.
I want to win my own crypto. I don't want to give it away to you fuckers. But like, that's it.
I was gonna say I was in that last game tank on Thursday where you were just yelling and hyping because you finally got like 3rd place or something. Finally.
I want to just win my crypto back. I don't want to win anybody else's crypto.
Hey, Sin City's in the group chat. Sin City's already got a street dog. So there's there's 3 types of dog. Did you see that, Bbandz? Yeah, there's like street dog, guard dog, yeah.
Guard dog, house dog, and street dog. But what I think is cool is that you get the chance to like re-roll. Like, let's say you don't like the rarity of your dog, you can kind of like re-roll to get like a different dog. But the only thing is it says that you can't see your NFT until the games are finished. Do they? Yes. They mean all the mini games, or every, like, you know, you finish a mini game and then you see a part of your NFT, or like, is it like progressive?
No, like that's the end one, isn't it? Like what you're going to end up with is not what you've got at the beginning, right?
Yeah, but they said like they're playing. They have several mini games, so. You know, is it after you've completed all the games? The mint is over in all the games? Like the mint is over before December 26th?
I believe so. I believe so. I believe so. We'll get Mullen just to confirm, but I believe so. Bbandz, I do apologise. Listen, darling, you know what men are like. I'm multitasking. We are pretty fucking shit, actually, as it happens, aren't we? And I'm literally trying to like reply to like 3 people at the same time. As like, look at fucking Brasco posting like mad. Like, have you seen his AmanDAO thing? Has anyone seen what Brasco's just posted or not? Look at what Brasco's just posted.
Yeah, AmanDAO's on fire.
Yeah. Isn't he just
a little bit of flamethrower action?
He needs to launch an NFT collection soon. AmanDAO. He already has kind of on Talus. Is it the crows he's doing? Yeah. But I think he needs to take what he's doing with raccoons like to a next level, next step. I might tell him about Slinky's idea about badges. I think badges could be a goer. I like the sound of badges.
Robo, that's funny that you're bringing that up earlier about men and women. But the reason why I was asking Saber and Bbandz if they had a hard time keeping on track is because it's I can't do it, and it's only natural that women are able to actually like nail down keeping it on their timetable and stuff like that. Like I'm just like I forget about all of it. I'm like, what timetable? I don't know what the fuck. I've been next thing you know, I'm live for like 2 hours. I'm like, what the hell happened?
You know, can I be honest? If you really want to like kind of get that little like more neater, the only thing you need to do is create like your itinerary, and then if you just keep doing the same
every day. You know how hard that would be?
But no. You have like a skeleton of what you're always going to cover at the same time, and then you'll start being able to gauge how long you're staying on every specific topic or section.
But like
that will help.
I really, yeah. I mean that for me though, and the style that I present and the way I do it, like it's just going live every single day, Monday through Friday, is a lot, and then to cover each chain and the drama between each one of them, and then off the chains too, like. It's just so much. There's no way that I would be able to like realistically sit there and feel like I covered something in its entirety if I just like, tried to write it down every single time.
Yeah, but you don't have to write everything down. Like you can you're ad-libbing a lot of this. So you're just basically putting like what you really want to make sure you cover. So you're saying, okay, I'm going to be covering this Juno sub-DAO, Juno sauce, and this, spirit of Juno. Like, and you put that down, you know what I mean? And then, so you know that you're going to hit that point, but you can kind of expound on it. Does that make sense?
No, I do that. Yeah. Like I already have like my way of doing it, right? Like first, fundamentally what's happening out there, index charts, crypto, cosmos, socials. That's basically how it happens every single time for me. But like, you know me, I get lost in my rambling thoughts. I was just joking. Like, it's just my way of doing it. I kind of, I'll be honest with you, I don't want to clean it up any differently. That's just me. But like, yeah, it's just, I just thought it was funny because you guys are so professional. You guys are so good at it. You guys hit your points. You make your points. You kind of like, give your opinions about it. And then you're on to your next one. I listen and I'm like in awe. I'm just like, yeah, I wish I could do that. I can't do that. I'm not going to do that. Like, I love it though. That's all I was saying. I just love it.
Tank, RAC FM. RAC FM, actually, believe it or not, RAC FM started as like a serious project. I even just retweeted the other day, like about like the worst incorrect tweet I've ever made in my life, where I was like, oh, we're going to try and like take this a bit serious, like 30 minutes to an hour. Just like, that lasted fucking long, didn't it?
I knew that wasn't going to happen the minute you posted. I was like, that's not happening.
Straight out the fucking window. Bbandz, the first night your woman Bbandz was in, fucking having a scream before we jumped over to her show. You remember Bbandz now? That was hilarious. That the first one we tried to be deadly serious. You, myself, and Joe. Like, Facebook's about to let 11,000 people go, and then like by the end of the show, we're like, yeah, fucking clap. Oh my god. It's like For the Culture. Honestly, actually Sabrestein joined For the Culture the other week, I think, or the other day. I thought I'd drop in. I'm sure it was For the Culture. Today, we just confirmed again, and I tweeted out today, confirmed how special and like unique For the Culture has been, because it's like the American nighttime show. And because of that, you get a lot of people who are like coding into the night, or like, I've had people like I say, like Sheldon coming in, Jake, it's like 3-4 a.m. for them and stuff like that. Yeah, they're coming in for like half an hour before bed or whatever. And Mia, we fucking bosses here. Look here, all went quiet again. You fucking gigaplebs, man. Nobody tells me the bosses here, man.
Listen. I have my little daughter's friend has come over, so I'm trying to like. Parents,
she's on her.
Well, okay,
she just got singled out. Did you just hear that? Did you just hear her husband like, yeah, she's on her phone. She's on that phone again.
Put away the blunt. Put away the blunt.
Here's the boss. The boss has entered the room. Y'all let me talk shit, and then the boss comes in. Good evening, Mr. Moll. How are we, sir?
Hey, good morning, guys. Still the morning here. Very happy to hear. Every time I join these spaces, I feel like I'm breaking all the fun because I come in too serious.
Oh, you're all right, son. You're all right. You sound fresh. You sound fresh, mate. You sound good and healthy. Thanks, man.
Yeah, man. Drank some gin and wine yesterday to sleep well, and everything's fine.
Oh, that's a combo, isn't it? The gin and the wine. Oh my God! If my ex-wife was on that together combined, oh, geez, my life would be in the fucking dumpster. Mole, we've had quite a bit of track. Marty, I'm going to mute you, bro. Sorry, bro. There you go. Sorry, Marty, there was a bit of background noise. Mole, we've been live 2 hours. We're having a good show. Lots of banter. RAC's come up a couple of times. It's been mentioned. We've been mentioning like a couple of things. There are a lot of people quite excited, interested. I know Bbandz has been like, since you read the Medium earlier, she's been like writing up questions. She's dying to get stuck in, Mo. She's dying to know all about this new Desian shit that we've got going on. But do you want to give like Mo a little I mean, we know you very well, we know the project, etc., etc. Every one of you knows you, right? Do you want to give an intro into your reasoning or thinking behind creating a game like this? Have you took inspiration from like other things like the castle or something, or where's this coming from, bro? The Desian stuff.
Yeah, man, it's a very good question because, like the very first goal at first, like we wanted to have an NFT game because when you're playing games like on Racøøn.bet, basically the contract is going to keep track of everything what you're doing in these games, and we're like we want to like explore a bit of the NFTs because at the end of the day, like when you're playing on a chain and stuff like that, we want to make an NFT represent you as a player in our games. So this is a first step to actually make this happen. You'll see when you mint your NFTs, you can rename them, you can reroll them, you can play fetch with them, and you can do a bunch of stuff. And you'll see like the attributes inside the NFT are going to change. And this is basically what we wanted to explore with the game. So this is the NFT part. And more of the Desian part is, you mentioned the castle, and this is one of the things at first we thought. We were like, it would be fun if we could have like a game that's going to mix like some Desian stuff with the tokens, also with the NFT, mix a bit of chance, because there's like a dice game inside this game too. So we just wanted to just mix everything and see what's going to happen. And the other thing we wanted to do is, at the end, not at the end of the game, but when you're gathering some ball, you stake them, you get some bone. Then after that, you can sell your bone for HuaHua. And the exchange rate is going to be different depending on when you're going to sell it. So the more there's bone exchange to HuaHua, the price will increase. So we just wanted to mix a bunch of things together and see what happened.
Dude, there's a reason that I put the spaces on and we just chatted shit for like 2 hours, like waiting for this. Oh, Bbandz, here we go. Are you ready, woman? Now's your chance to shine, Bbandz.
I'm sorry. Give me 2 seconds. The kids are still. Just 1 second.
You're fine. You're fine, darling. You're fine. Rack, can I ask you very quickly about the process of dealing with the HuaHua team? I mean, we did touch on this a little bit before, but this was before the exploit. Before like we saw like a bit of support from other like gaming gambling platforms that came out in support of us, like TED, etc., with the wallets, Dude, what's your experience been working over on HuaHua? Has it been like enjoyable? Yeah, I get the feeling it has, right?
Yeah, and to be entirely honest, like at the very first, we were just exploring the deploying contract there, and we were like, okay, so if we want to launch there, we would need a reserve and stuff like that. So at first we were like, okay, we'd need a reserve for our games. And then we reach out to the team, and Nick, basically Welding, was put us in touch with the HuaHua team. And basically we were able to get a grant to add to the reserve. And basically it's been staying there to help the game runs. So to be entirely honest, I never saw that. We just spoke with the team for like a couple minutes, explained what we wanted to do, what we would do with the money. And given we were already on Juno, I guess there was some trust there. So they really trusted us, gave us the money so we can run our games. So at the end of the day, like the money remained in the reserves, but I'm very surprised, man. It was so seamless, and I don't know. I never saw this.
That's inspiring to know. And more actually, and I don't want to like go like on a personal question, but we are a DAO. Bbandz, give us 1 second because we've touched on something I do want to mention. Dude, we're trying. I want to get you some runway, Mol. Tell me what you could do with 6 months of runway at 4 to 5 grand a month or whatever. Like, what could you do with a bit of runway over 6 months? A lot.
What do you mean? I don't think I get the question.
Like a dude, Racøøn. If a Racøøn got some funding, like to cover like you guys, like for the next like 6 months, right? Like, what would that do to the project? Do you think? Like, this is what I want to know.
Okay. Yeah, that makes sense. I mean, the one thing we want to see with the HuaHua game, like, I'm very curious how many people are going to play because there's 1,000 NFTs. We are not even sure if we're going to mint everything out. It's unsure, but we just want to see like if people enjoy it because I feel like the game of chance, yeah, it's pretty fun, but like it's not all the fun is there. We just want to explore something a bit different, to just mix everything up. So the goal with this game is to see what would be our next step. And if everything works out, that's basically in the direction we want to go. Like, I have more of like GameFi stuff, gambling stuff merged together to create, let's say, a new game that's a bit bigger than the HuaHua game. So I think that's the path we would take if we had 6 months to actually create a new game. So we could create like Game of Chance at the same time, but also have like a bigger game. I don't know if that makes sense.
Do you know something, dude? I'm asking this question because of, obviously, you know what happened yesterday, like with Kudos, and I jumped into the Discord to listen, and then Ollie came in today, and obviously I was DMing him a bit. They are extremely fucking bullish on Racøøn. And I'm not going to lie, I mean, this is recorded, so like I don't want to like say maybe something I shouldn't. I think it's a kind of like fucking walk-in grant, a shoe-in, what we would call a shoe-in grant for Racøøn. Like I see the feasibility where you guys can have like a 6 month runway to mess around, to do your contract work. I mean, they're asking if you'll go and test their contracts. That's what they're like. Oh, will the guys like come and like play with our contracts? Like, we want like someone to come in and give us like the honest like OG opinion. And dude, that's anyway. That's a bit of bullish news. Racøøn, can you say who's joined us or not? Can you say who's came in the room, dude? Wow. Right, okay. Are we doing this, are we? AmanDAO, and I do apologise, Mol, I didn't want to ask a probing question, but like, I'm not going to lie, you guys haven't been paid for fucking 2 months because of the exploit and shit. Like the only priority, dude, the only priority of the industry right now, and we're going to get Bbandz in a second with our questions. The only priority for anyone in the industry right now that's concerned about racks is to make sure our devs get paid. That's Robo's only concern. Tank, we're going to bring you in because Bbandz has got the questions related to the game. AmanDAO's come up. Tank, yeah, what you going to say, bro?
I actually have to drop down to listener in a second because we're going to the mall. I don't want to leave this space, but while we have him up here, I would like to ask a unrelated question though, but maybe, yeah, just like listen, everybody. Is it possible, Mo, to create, have you seen marbles on stream? Is it possible if there was enough funding for Racøøn to build a marbles of sort on stream type of game to where people could actually bet like a small amount of Juno, kind of like on the Racøøn web, like slots and stuff like that right now? Is it possible if you know what marbles on stream is?
Yeah, I mean, it would be possible. The only way I see that there could be a problem, but it's something we're working on, because, you know, when you're playing marble, like, you see people playing and then you see people win. There's two ways to actually make it on-chain that everything is delivered. Would be, we need someone that would agree that the winner are actually these people. So you need some sort of third party that's going to agree, okay, these are the winners. Otherwise, you can put like all the information on someone's shoulder and say, okay, this is going to be the person that's going to say, okay, these are the winners. But given you want to make it like automatic, you would need like some sort of third party. Like, it's possible, but you would need a bit of off-chain stuff, that's for sure.
like a little bit of Web 2, a little bit of Web 3 kind of merge.
Yeah, exactly.
We talk. Yeah.
Yeah.
We'd love to talk, Racøøn.
I'm down because we're currently exploring some. How can we mix? Because I don't know if you saw the games, but now you need to send 2 transactions, and this is because of like one block exploit or flash loan exploit. And given like if you have to pass 2 transactions, the good thing with this is there's some sort of window where you could leverage Web 2 stuff. Because anyway, you're gonna have to wait 1 block, so you could leverage Web 2 stuff. So I think, to answer the question, it would be possible, but with some Web 2 stuff.
That is awesome. Appreciate it, guys. I've been dying to ask him whenever next time I saw him. But gonna drop to speaker and just keep on listening to what you guys are doing right now. Drop to listener. What the fuck am I saying?
So Mol, that was what was really important with the discussion with Kudos today. Was about obviously the metaverse, like a lot of the metaverse going off into like a Web 2 environment, etc. Because of like the computation, we went into so much depth this afternoon. I think we had them up for about an hour and 10, hour and 20. And there was a lot of people, like a bubble button people were in there, it was just been like running like miners on ETH, on the proof of work ETH. There was a lot of people, a few people who were in today, who I think got a bit of a surprise, a bit of a shock about what status or what stage Kudos are at, what's coming, what they've got, right, what they can do, what they're capable of, what they're targeting. The market, the difference in the economic model with something like versus like a cash. There's a lot of people sleeping on Kudos, and I did tell people this like 4 or 5 months ago, like, your eyes need to be all over like these, and I give them a little list, and Kudos was on the list. Right. AmanDAO, can you see the nest? Let's welcome AmanDAO, guys. Hello, AmanDAO.
Hello. Can you hear me?
I can hear you perfectly, dude. You are crystal golden. Can you see the nest?
I'm looking through it here.
What do you think? Look at that. Fucking look at that.
Oh,
dude,
goddamn.
Look at that. Wait, not just the tattoo. Look at the fucking chin. Can all of you in this room for me please go and zoom in on AmanDAO's chin? I'm telling you, literally, dude, change your PFP, get this up.
That is awesome. Wow, Bbandz did such a good job on the text and stuff. Wow.
Isn't it? We agreed today, like the Honorary Council sat down today and said, this is probably the most fire, literally fire PFP for RAC FM. Mo, any words, bro? We'll bring you and Brasco in, yeah?
Yeah, man. Like AmanDAO said, his name on top of the head, and I feel like every time Bbandz makes a new one, it's just better, man. Is this kind of stuff? But yeah, amazing one.
Brasco?
Yeah, look at that, man. Just perfectly fitting. The guy who just kills it. His art with a flamethrower all the fucking time.
I'm being on his flamethrowers.
That's awesome. Thank you, guys.
Flamethrowers. Yeah. You and your works, they are quite an inspiration, basically, for the whole, as Robo likes to say, underground meme facility.
I think we all feed
very
off each
well deserved, brother.
It's kind of a cool little thing we got going. We all kind of build on each other, and it's awesome.
There's going to be one thing we need to discuss, because as of now, there's a part of the honoraries that are in secret, a part is on Joe. So I think we're going to need to make a vote and decide where's the home, where do we host these NFTs.
And Mo, not just that, Marty, he's poor guy's dropped out now, he's left, he's probably busy, right? Marty mentioned about he submitted a month ago now. I know we've had that exploit, I know things were but I'm a bit concerned about Marty. Listen, guys, I am willing myself to burn and mint from Secret to Juno for the honoraries, because I think actually in the future it might become something, and it might need to be like DAO orientated as we grow our ranks, which we intend to next year. Yeah. So this is something that we need to really discuss, and this is the second or third time it's been mentioned now. Look, the Jo chain was an experiment. It worked. It was proof of concept. Fantastic. The honoraries for Brasco, Gaines, and Finn can't stay there. There's no logical reason whatsoever to keep them on Jo chain. So, AmanDAO's joining tonight. I would like to know AmanDAO's idea. AmanDAO, where do you think the honoraries should go? Because we don't have to stay on Secret. There's nothing. It's not like the NFTs for the gambling DAO, the gaming DAO, right? Like the 1333. It's nothing to do with that. We can move where we want. What do you think, AmanDAO? Where would you go?
Oh, that's hard to say. If you would have asked me that a few months ago, I probably would have said Juno, but I'm not too sure anymore.
The only reason Juno is DAO tooling, right? Let's be honest, yeah. That's the only thing that anyone's cared about Juno right now is DAO tooling. That's it.
Hey, so can I
Oh, go ahead.
go ahead and I'll ask after.
No, Bbandz, this is like another point. I did mention this to Moll in the DMs just the other day. I mean, the people whose NFTs are on Jo, they're probably Moll, the three people that need to speak. But I agree, they should be aggregated somewhere. Now, I love Stash. I love it. But we're like very limited. We can't do anything, etc., etc. Winston DAO is going to be on Juno. If I was to pick anywhere, it would probably be Juno. But Moll, you could effectively put the honoraries where you want, could you? Like,
yeah,
you
we can put them everywhere we want. I think the actually like the one that are on Jo right now, it's basically using one of the contract that we use on HuaHua, and you can use ICS 721, so it's compatible. So I think what you just mentioned, like if you want to leverage like all the DAO toolings, it would be the best on Juno. And given it's ICS 721 enabled, we could go on any Cosmosm chain on Cosmos. So in the short term, I think that would be the best outcome.
Interesting. Brasco, this needs to be discussed. You know where, my friend, the Honorary Council. Can we just take a second, though, before Bbandz quizzes your man Moll, just to welcome AmanDAO. So, yeah, dude, AmanDAO, welcome to the club, mate. It's been one of those mad, like, crazy long journeys, mate, and I'm so happy to see you there, mate. It's a privilege.
Yeah, thank you. I appreciate it so much. Sorry, I'm quiet. I just woke up like a few minutes ago, so.
Dude, you're absolutely fine. I'm about to add you to the group as we speak. However, we have got some great people in the audience, mind. I just want to give a big shout out to, is he still? Oh, he's left. Oh, I was just about to give Soy 2 a big shout out, and he's left. Oh, Sin City's in. Fucking Sin. Oh, we can't bring him up yet. We need to get to business first. You can't bring Sin up before. Bbandz, have you got any questions for the boss, man?
Yeah, I just had a couple questions. I think you answered one of them. So you got the honorary question done, but the conditional, if I was asking if it was a conditional NFT, that these NFTs are, like, are they changing over time, or is it like a burn and turn where you're burning the NFT and then it's evolving or whatever? And then my other question was, is the evolution per mini game, or is it at the end of all the mini games?
That's a very good question, because there's a big difference between actually burning and changing the NFT. So what how NFTs work is like you have your NFT contract and then you have some information, but you also have like some sort of, it's like an admin, or you can call it a minter, and the minter will always have some sort of power over the NFT. So how we made it happen, so we don't have to burn and remint. How it works is you have the minter, which has the power over all the NFTs, and what's going to happen is you keep your token ID, and all the information inside of it. And at the end of the game, it's just going to re-roll the image and the attribute under the same token ID, and then it's going to give it back to you. So that's the cool thing with this contract, is there's no mint and burn. It's everything just change over time. And to maybe before I go to the other question, was this clear enough to answer the question?
Yes, it was very clear. So it's a conditional NFT or like a layered contract, right?
Well, you can imagine, let's say you have your NFT, like the HuaHua NFT, and right now the images, there's 3 rarities, and the image are not going to change, but the attributes inside of it are going to change. So every time you play fetch with it, you're going to increase the strength and speed, which is going to be usable into the race minigame. But like you said, basically the NFT basically keep tracks of everything that you do during the game. So that's a cool thing about it, is you can imagine that you have this minter on top of everything, that when you send it to the contract, it checks like what you want to do with your NFT, and if you're going to play fetch, it's going to change the attribute inside the NFT. So everything is linked to your NFT. That's the cool thing.
Okay, cool. My next question was, so why get the ball currency and stake it for bone? So are we adding these new ball and bone? Are these going to be like new like liquidity pools, or are you adding new tokens? Hold on, sorry. One second.
Yes.
So and then I'm sorry. And then for that. So why get the ball currency and stake it for bone? And then what is it better to buy the bone or earn it? Because I was looking that you can buy the bone when I got I bought an NFT, but I got a street dog. I didn't get a good dog. So if I wanted to change it, I have to spend 20,000 on bone and buy bone tokens, get 20,000 bone tokens so I can change my NFT or re-roll my NFT, right?
Yeah, exactly. That's exactly how it works. So before I go into the reroll stuff, etc. So basically what we did, like you can see, like the ball, the only utility of the ball token is basically to stake it. It's never going to be on a DEX or anything. It's just to make sure that the peg between the bone and the HuaHua, when you want to exchange bone for HuaHua, remains always the same. And you can see like this game has like a very small ecosystem that like you cannot do anything with the bone and ball outside of the actual game. And we made sure that the calculations, like the HuaHua pool, when you exchange your bone to HuaHua, is going to be sufficient. Like we just made sure that there's no way that you cannot exchange your bone for HuaHua. But the thing is, you could exchange it at a ratio of 0.6, or you could exchange it to a ratio of 1.5. But this is depending on when you're going to exchange it. So to answer your question, like if you're going to buy some bone, 200,000 bone at the beginning, it's going to cost you 240,000 HuaHua, so you can re-roll. But the only thing is, when you re-roll, it's also possible that you get a street dog again, because it's the same minting percentage. You have 60% chance of getting a street, 20 house, and 10% a guard dog.
Interesting. Very cool, very cool. So I guess you can earn bone, right? Because you can earn it while you're playing the game. Correct?
Yeah,
Did
exactly.
I read that right?
Yeah, exactly. So basically, like how it's gonna work, like very simple, is you mint an NFT when the game starts. You can send your NFT or all your NFTs to play fetch. So what it does is basically send your NFT to the contract, check some like probabilities, because it's possible that you get extra ball. So when you play fetch, one transaction, you send all your NFT, you get your balls back. And then with your balls, you just have to stake it. And then every block, you're going to increase with your staking of the balls. You're going to get some bone. And that's where, if you want, you can sell bone whenever you want, like at the beginning or at the end.
I mean, that's all. Everything else is pretty lined out, pretty clear on here. I just had a couple questions about how it was going to work. But yeah, I'm excited to play. Oh, okay.
Yeah,
Hey, Chris. Oops, sorry. Go ahead, Mo.
Yeah, I was just gonna say I'm very curious, like how people, because like we mentioned, if you're like basically if you get a street dog, you're getting less ball every day when you play fetch. Whereas if you get a house dog or a guard dog, then you're gonna get more ball. So that way you can stake more ball to get more bones. So depending on the decision of when you sell your bone or which dog you get, it impacts what's gonna be your return on investment at the end of the day.
Hey, Chris, go ahead.
Hey, I had a quick question. Now, I read it says you could play fetch with your dog every 24 hours to increase its strength and speed. Now, how many times a day can you race? And will there be any other way to augment your dog's stats with maybe like other items or anything besides the ball and training them every day?
Yeah, that's a very good question.
And one more, I'm sorry. How many races will you be having a day?
Yeah, so basically there's only going to be one race, and the race is going to start after the 4th day of game. So let's say the game starts tomorrow, and then in 4 days after that, you have 24 hours to register all your dogs into the race. And basically every time you play fetch, then there's some sort of ability that increase, which is like strength and speed, and you get one of those. And this is just to make sure that everyone is equal for the dog race. It doesn't change anything if you have a guard dog, a house dog, or a street dog. Each one of them will have the same chance of winning the race. It's only dependent on the speed and strength. And yeah, to answer the question, there's only one race. Yeah.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
That's a very good thing. Yeah, just 1 sec. I just want to add on top of what Chris asked is basically one of the cool things you just mentioned is what if you could do something to basically boost your dog for the race? That's a very, like, with this game, we try to gather as much feedback as possible to make sure that the next game is going to be different and even better. So I'm writing down what you just asked.
Yeah, I would think something cool, like maybe like dog treats or something. You have different types of dog treats you can give them. You can give them like table scraps or like a milk bone or like a T-bone steak, and they can run faster. They get a little like a plus 0.2 more than like a regular strength or something. That'd be cool.
Yeah, very good idea.
Molo, I mean, you all ask for Deja and shit. All of them, Mol. They all ask for some Deja and shit, and that's exactly what they're getting. Play, have fun, enjoy yourself at the bottom, the Pico bottom of the fucking borough market right now, unless Barry goes under, which might be likely. Have fun, put your daily rewards in, like what's the point in like compounding right now? Fucking nothing. Everyone I know is like Robo, I can't fucking all auto compounds are off right now. Whatever daily rewards people are getting, they're just collating together and just like either banging it in the slots or whatever. And now you've got a seasonal game. But with Mo, there's I don't know if everyone's read everything. There's a seasonal aspect to this Mo, right? It's only in play for like 10 days. But later, the end product NFTs will be used later down the line in the platform, right?
Yeah,
the end
exactly.
product.
Yeah, that's the goal. And the reason why we made it seasonal, like you said, like when the game starts, you only have 10 days to actually play, fetch, basically. But afterward, we think it's going to be very possible that people wait at the very last minute to trade their bone for HuaHua to basically get the HuaHua they want. So that's another aspect. But like the big reason why we went with a seasonal thing that's only going to last 10 days is, we're in crypto. I feel like if you're not treating like a protocol and stuff like that, but you're treating more of a game, and then you just want people to explore stuff and try stuff, I feel like it's the best way to go, in my opinion. So that way, the next game is going to be different. It's going to be improved from the past. That's how we saw it. And there's also one, yeah.
Yeah. No, go on. I'm going to ask you 2 questions. Okay, go on.
Yeah, so basically there's also the other mini game that's inside of it. Basically, when you have 30,000 bone, you can play to the dice game. So basically, you can imagine it's like 3 dice that you roll on the table, and you decide on a number 1 between 6. And if you, let's say you choose 2, and if the 3 dice are turns add up on 2, then you win 1 million HuaHua. But you can only win once, and we're potentially going to add an extra prize to that.
Right. There's some technical questions that can come from other places. I'm going to ask a tough question. You don't have to answer it, but you know what I'm like. And you know that if it's on my mind, I'm going to ask it. Why do this game over on HuaHua, obviously the relation between like the dog and the chain, obviously the connection straight away there. I can gather that. But why not Juno? So why is the new product over on HuaHua rather than Juno first?
Yeah, so basically, when we spoke, when I said about it earlier, when we spoke with the guy from HuaHua, we said we were going to release some sort of like a new game or exclusive game to HuaHua, and this is it, basically. So it wasn't written nowhere, but like we were like, it would be nice because they welcome us so well. It was nice, like everything was so happy that we come develop some stuff there. So we're like, okay, we're going to launch an exclusive game there, giving you help with the reserve and the warm welcome. So there's no real like decision making there. It was just because they were nice and we wanted to do it.
Well, I already knew the answer to that question, which is the reason I asked it in public. So, Mo, if somebody gave you like 25 grand and said just help yourself there, or play with some contracts and see what you can come up with, do you have any games that you've been planning, looking into? Do you have anything that maybe you could give, like if an exclusive like set of like RAC games, like whether that be 1, 2, or 3 like games can be exclusive to someone, you're happy to go down that route to achieve some funding? Can I ask you that question in public?
Yeah, the answer is yes. And basically, let's say someone wants like a cool game, like a not too complicated game that it takes like, let's say 1-2 months to design. Well, for sure, we could also open source that game for this very specific reason. Like at the end of the day, like if we're not able to generate enough revenues with Racøøn.bet and the DAO, that's for sure we're gonna have a bit more time to explore their stuff and basically be able to get some money, because we're not paid by any L1s. So that's the big difference where you see like this game deploy or like this chain have these type of products, but they get funding from the chain. Whereas us, we're like more, we don't get any money from anyone. So we need to get this money at the end of the month. So the answer is yes.
Right. I just asked that because I did have like quite an extensive conversation with Ollie today about the issue with like things like the rocket game and the 6-second block time, etc., etc. And he was fascinated to learn about some of the issues that Racøøn have had and how they've overcome them, and that like randomness versus deterministic issue that you guys have faced from day one. Yeah, Mo, I think we need to be looking in the right place. People are launching next month. We're fucking 16th, 17th of December or something. People are like, they've just held off for like the Christmas holidays. That's basically like all it is. Like they're launching like big time next month, like, and there's opportunities. So yeah, bro. What about Mo? Can I ask quickly? I know there's probably other questions. What about Lunk and the IBC being reconnected? Do we see a path in there to drain some fucking liquidity from the plebs over there?
Well, man, that's a good one, because I actually spoke with Zap, I think, this week, and we were like, okay, so we're gonna create like a random game that's you already got Rekt, let's get Rector, man, like a very degen game or something like that. But yeah, man, I feel like we need to explore many chains. We need to build in new communities, see new ideas and stuff like that. I feel like the more we explore, the more community we reach, we're gonna have more ideas and more fun game, I think. Like that's how we see it.
So, dude, we've got people coming in. Pepe is coming in. Wait a minute, Pepe, 1 second. Rat, listen, I've had certain people reach out to me. I'm not going to say whom. 1 second, Pepe. Rat, I've had people reach out to me that say, like, oh, dude, if you come over to Lunk, like, we're going to pump you so hard, like, dude. Like, and I don't want to say who these people are. some educated people in the audience might be able to gather who those people are. But Pepe, hello, son. I love a bit of Pepe, mate.
Hey,
Hello,
okay,
mate.
I just really wanted to quick. Sorry, I've been listening the whole time, but I really had to pop in for the Lunk discussion, because if you want to do that, I know somebody who is on the Terra Rebels team has reached out to me before as like an ex-Terra project, asking if I wanted to like create a special collection and do something special on Lunk. They're actively like looking to bring projects from other ecosystems to launch something on Lunk. So I can make a little connection if you want. At the time I told them I had to primarily focus on my, on delivering on my main roadmap, and I wasn't going to go like, until I was like a proven builder that had launched, I wasn't going to go around like, recreating on other places. But you guys are in a position that I'm trying to get to, so it maybe makes sense for you guys to take that slot for me from now.
Yeah, man, Pepe's a proper fucking raccoon, isn't he? Just so everyone in the room knows, Pepe's got a fucking class raccoon that was tapped by Gage, a proper raccoon. I love this kid. Oh, dude, Mo, what you got to say about that, son?
Yeah, man, that's very good news. And Pepe, if you want to maybe collab or something, or if you think you don't have enough time, like because you have a big roadmap and stuff like that, like as of now, we're helping the people that got rug pull on HuaHua with the Wainu swap. So like even us, we would like to, if you want to do something, we can work on something. That way, just
absolutely
take a bit less of your time. Yeah, so I think that could be, there's some room there. So it would be easier for you and us to basically deploy something.
Yeah, absolutely. I love Robo. I love the gang here. So, I'm all about that. And I would love to do something with you guys, 100%. That's not a question at all.
And you know why? Well, you know why though, yeah? Pepe has been in for the culture, like late at night, like, he's been around like Mike Souls. Pepe, the community that's been like born in the last like few months, man. We're bringing people together, man. We're going to create a force to be fucking reckoned with. Like, that's what I say here. Like, sorry, dude. Sorry, mate.
No, I agree. You guys are going to make it through this bear market no matter what, because you guys are building the best community that there is. I totally agree with that.
Thanks for checking out another episode of The Ether. That was part 1 of a 2-part RAC FM special episode, the HuaHua Degen Game and Honorary Council Drop, recorded on Saturday, December 17th, 2022. For TerraSpaces.org, I'm Finn. Thanks for listening. And if you want to keep listening, head on over to TerraSpaces.org/donate and show some support. When I'm ripping and rapping, I ain't picking the bastards who be tricking the masses into getting their asses kicked. Feels like I've been getting my masters. Fuck a pump and dump, I like the income that's passive. Raise up the bar before I fly right past it. I'll be writing rhymes till they put me in a casket. Old man shit, put the lotion on its skin, then put that shit back in the damn basket. Like Buffalo Bill, the way I'm ruffling feathers, snuffing out debt, cut the heads off collectors. Keep a couple heads in a jar as keepsakes, and take the rest and turn them into free bait. Upgrade the feeling, supply the free base. Looking all professional, tools in the briefcase. Running on empty from gassing up my teammates. First one down, let me know how that sleep tastes.
Now places the lotion in the basket.
Precautions, directing impossible, defending the plausible from ending demonstrable. The mission isn't even worried about the clearance, running interference till our enemies fear us. We're only one disappearance away from a bad day. Everybody trying to save face on the last day, feeling fancy, about to pull out the masse. Drop the 8-ball in passing, that's so passe. I'm getting nasty, you cannot put it past me. A mix between blasphemy and tuck everlasting. Feeling like a masterpiece, looking like a tragedy. Trying to get through another day full of savagery. Getting headstrong from working in the mess hall. All hands on deck, waiting for our next haul. I need the rest, got big plans to eject. So feed the grass and keep off the Kleenex.
I am interested in magic because I am fascinated with psychology. I love to learn about how people make inferences about it, how they draw conclusions and find patterns in information. And in particular, I'm interested in all that can go wrong, how an individual can be led astray when certain cognitive vulnerabilities are exploited.
TerraSpaces.